everybody. On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, we get super random with the returning random guest from a random podcast named Rob. We also talk about clapback season. We also talk about Deadpool 2, Infinity War, some new music, NFL ruling, and some products for your lives. All this and more on today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. What's up, everybody? I can't talk this early. Shoot. What's up, everybody? Welcome.
No, you can't.
Back. What's that?
I said, no, you can't.
Yeah, see, exactly. What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to episode 92 of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. I'm Jay, who can't talk. Wait, I'm not even Jay.
I'm Jay. You Jay?
Well, you both have J's in your name.
I guess you're right. I'm the guy who can't talk this morning, Jared.
I'm Jay, the cousin of the guy who can't talk this morning.
And we're here with our other cousin, Mr. B.Rob from the Random Ramblings with Rob. What's up, man?
Nothing, cousin, man. Just chilling over here in the H-Town, man. Man.
Right,
man.
All right. Mine. All right, well, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, how was y'all's week? Y'all have anything fun or exciting happen this week?
Mine. I gave a 7-year-old an iPhone so she can we can iMessage each other because I have an iPhone. Mm-hmm. My wife has a device. That way, I mean, as long as it's on Wi-Fi, baby, can text us and FaceTime us if she need to. Mm-hmm. And I find myself getting random texts from my child at different points of the day. As I was saying off air, they at my brother's house right now, their uncle. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking a little before 8 o'clock in the morning before we started recording. I'm getting a text from my 7-year-old talking about good morning. I was like, wow. I can hear your kid in the background.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, I'm usually asleep if I wasn't recording right now. So I'm already kind of egged about that, but I'm already up, so it's no big deal. Mm. And then immediately following that good morning text, she was like, Mr. Keelan is being an Xbox hog. And that's her brother. Because he's a little bit on the Xbox restriction over here at our house. So, he go over to his uncle's house. He can do whatever the fuck he want because we ain't there. Which is okay.
Advantage.
Yeah. Which is okay. I mean, we had no problem with that. We know that's going to happen. But my 7-year-old texted me fucking 7-something in the morning talking about her brother being an Xbox hog. I was like, why don't you go tell your uncle? He's there. I'm not. I'm asleep.
Exactly right. Why are you calling me this early? Your uncle's there. That's funny.
Yeah.
Dang. Wow. I don't know about giving my kids full on phone for texting right now. It'd be the same thing for me, man. My son would be hitting me up from everywhere he is. On days that I'm off from work or days that I may come home early or something like that and work from home. If he finds out that I'm home somehow, he will call me from school and say, Dad, I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
And the first couple times I sort of fell for it, and now I know what the deal is. And I'd be like, boy, ain't nothing wrong with you. And he's like, you're right. Like, you ain't coming home for nothing.
Well, out of the 3 kids, the baby is the most considerate or whatever. She's legitimately a nice child. I get up, I wake up in the morning before I leave to go to work. And probably a few minutes after I walk out the door, she texts me and be like, have a good day, Daddy. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking sweet.
That's
nice.
And then toward the end of the day, I'm getting more texts after she get home from school talking about, how's work going? I was like, is this your mama using your phone? What is this?
That's funny.
That's funny.
New phone, who this? Wow, that's cool. Jay, how was your week, man? That's funny.
It was good, man. It was last week of school for my oldest. So he's out for the summer now. And then my little one, he graduated pre-K. on Friday. Yeah, so he's going to kindergarten. He got in some trouble this week, sticking the finger up at another kid because the other kid was in his face. I mean, at least it wasn't like the alternative of putting them hands in his face, but yeah. So he got in trouble with that. We had to give him a little talk when he got home. Don't know where he started picking up this middle finger thing from, but hey, hopefully he'll do better next year when there's a whole bunch of kids around.
Yeah, you remember that song "I Get It From My Mama," right?
Yeah.
But I
no, it's not.
think he got that one. Yeah.
Know,
but then, of course, yesterday, like I was telling B.Rob, went to Toys R Us and hauled in a ton of toys. You know, it was like 40 to 60% off practically everything. So you got kids and they need crayons and stuff for next year for school. You better go over there now and rack up because they're like 70 cents a box.
Wow.
Ooh, loaded.
Get your school supplies. Yeah, and we pretty much just shop for Christmas presents and birthday presents. So, yeah, on cheap. Nice. What about you? How was your week?
Wow. Week was sort of busy. I was out of town for half the week. Went to a so I went to a public safety trade show. So there's tons of policemen and DPS and fire officials, emergency response people. But yeah, this was the first time I'd been, inside of a building with, I don't know, hundreds of policemen. And I mean, to be honest, I was sort of scared. I was sort of scared. There was actually another brother there working for some other company. This really old dude. He's from Mississippi. He reminded me a bunch of my family from Mississippi. You know, the way he talk and walk and stuff like that. And somehow he was here in Utah. Anyway, yeah, man, it was sort of crazy, but overall it was okay. You know, there was no escalation of any kind, and me and my coworker made it in and out unscathed. But yeah, it was a little weird. Definitely being in that situation with the current climate, and especially especially since this guy talked who is basically trying to demilitarize and maybe not demilitarize, but take nuclear weapons away from militaries around the world. Okay, so we met this guy who is the youngest living survivor from the first atomic bomb.
Wow.
Well, damn.
Dude is like, okay, and it was crazy because he's like, I'm 72 years old. And the first atomic bomb was 73 years ago. So we're like, okay, was this man just old and he couldn't remember his age? Like how? How are you 72? The bomb first happened in 73 years ago. How you a survivor from that? Apparently, when the bomb dropped, I guess his family lived like a half a mile from the epicenter of the bomb hitting, and his mom was pregnant with him. Yeah. So yeah, his mom was pregnant with him. But apparently he and his siblings, his mom obviously, and I think even his dad actually survived it. But when that happened, I mean, shoot, there's hundreds of thousands of people who are dead right around them right there. And, there was like, basically no hope for survival. Somehow they made it out. But yeah, man, it was one of those times in life when you meet somebody and you just take a moment to actually talk to them and hear a bit about their story. So it was pretty cool meeting that guy. So other than that, it was a regular work week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, cool. Well, let's just go ahead and hop into this. Okay, so let's hop on in. So one gotta go, right? We've been doing like some one gotta go recaps the past few episodes, and this week was actually a pretty interesting one. I missed Wednesday because I was traveling that day, but Thursday I posted a one gotta stay Thursday position edition. And then I put there's a picture of the bedroom, right?
Totally confused.
Picture of the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
With this lady looks like she's I don't know, taking a shower on the headboard. I don't know what the heck's going on there. But there's a picture of the bedroom, and then there's a line in the middle. Over the top of the line, it says on top or on bottom. One gotta stay. And then, yeah, so when you guys saw this, I mean, I know you answered B.Rob. So when you guys saw this, what were your thoughts and what was your answer? Which got to stay, top or bottom?
I kind of sided with Q the Great from Chopping It Up with Q. Mm-hmm. He was like, if doggy style is considered being on top, then I'm going with top got to stay.
Okay.
But like, I know if, we just talking about straight up missionary, like either I'm on top or the wife is on top. I'm going to be on top because I have more control of that situation. If Mrs. B.Rob is on top of me, the world is lost. I'm not going to survive too long. So
nice.
I got to stay in the dominant position, damn it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Jay?
Honestly,
speak of the devil, as soon as I said that, chopping up with Q and all that, he liked my comment siding with him on said topic that we discussed.
Yeah, he did actually. I saw that.
So he heard me. We got that ESPN going on.
Well, I got a little confused because when I see it, it says one guy stay position addition on top or in bottom.
How does it say in bottom? Did I write that in the thing? It says in bottom. You wrote in bottom. I was like, what is he talking about? I didn't see that.
That's why I text you. I was like, one on top or in bottom. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I didn't know what I didn't know what it was talking about because going through the comments, a lot of people were like, they felt a little bit uncomfortable because they didn't know if it was like some type of. They didn't know if they felt a little bit homosexuality going on in there or what. So
I didn't realize
that's why I text you and you was like, I don't know. I was talking about hamburgers with cheese, and I was like, what? So yeah. I didn't know what to think. So I didn't even post anything. I didn't even reply because I was just trying to figure out how you go from hamburgers with cheese, but you got a bed with a lady in the background.
It's implied, man. You ever heard of that? Implied.
For those people that are unprivy. In the homosexual community, being a top is like the guy, and being the bottom is like being the girl or whatever. Like, so the top you're giving, the bottom you're receiving. So there you go. In case you will.
Nice. Yeah, and to be honest, I did not even realize that it said in bottom, and it still says in bottom to this day. So
yeah. Well, the picture is correct.
Yeah, the picture is
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture is correct, but the wording at the comment section is off.
Yeah, that's why I got confused. On the top or in the bottom, I'm trying to correlate.
But
I mean, if you're on top, you would be in the bottom. So I mean,
I guess it's one and the same, right?
I guess.
Oh man, and so I'm sorry to those people who, number one, did not understand. Number two, felt a little awkward. But really,
and also I want to apologize if I explained gay things.
Yes. So. Thank you for those. I mean, that goes out to those who know. So, Jay, why don't you go ahead, or maybe both you guys can go ahead and alternate reading some of the answers.
Comments.
Some of the comments. All
right,
comment section.
Let me go to that. All right, let's see where I'm at. I'll hit the first one because it kind of goes along with what I was saying. Mm-hmm. All right, the first comment comes from Q the Great from Chopping Up with Q. It's a cool podcast. You might want to listen to that. Does giving back shots count as top? Puzzled face, LOL. So that's kind of why I sided with him on. If me giving the lady some gratification from behind count as being on top. So if that's the case, I got to pick on top. But I also gave my explanation why I got to be in a controlling position. So there you go.
That's cool.
All right. Poor People's Podcast says top got to stay. I guess top got to stay.
And then Carefree Black Nerd says now, comma. Y'all know this means something entirely different to a queer, and then they got LGBT man, but I have to say top has to stay. So yeah, it's just pretty much what we were saying.
Yeah.
It's just like, in that community, top and bottom is totally different from what we're speaking about here.
Exactly.
All right, I'm just Jackie says bottom gotta stay. Now, does that mean in the bottom or on the bottom?
Yeah,
we don't know. To her.
Yeah, to her, I mean, I guess she got to be power drive. She got to stay on the bottom.
Yeah, and Q the Grade responded with, "Why is that? You don't want to suck the soul out of him with that hellified booty bounce."
And yes, I do, but not with a booty bounce.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that was Jackie's response.
Winky face, and a 100.
Winky face.
All right, now.
Yeah, so and that's the kind of content that you can get from the Chopping It Up with Q podcast. So make sure you throw some ears to that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good show.
Talking Greasy says on top.
Okay.
Yeah, four girls in the bottom says, or four girls in the bottle says bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
All right, whatever man pie says, I'm old and lazy. That on top shit been out for me. Besides, whoever on top got to make that walk to the bathroom for the rags. This is true. I can confirm this statement.
Yep.
G the Bro guy said Nut Rag Chronicles. That's funny. Wow. But no, you know what? This is my question. This is my question about that. Like, y'all ever watch the movies or TV shows and see them having sex, and then like right at the end of it, right at the finish of the climax, when they finish, they just roll over. They just roll over and just cover up the bed and just go to sleep like nothing happened. There ain't no wiping of anything. There's no like getting up and hosing anything down. But nobody's going to release anything. Yeah, it's just turn over, cuddle up, and go to bed. What?
She might have a diaphragm in.
Everyone
might have the sponge.
Yeah, every one of them.
And see, like, this is a thing that I was thinking about when you was making your statement just now. Us being socially conscientious. I don't know if none of that was proper use of those words, but over time, in the later years of film and everything, a thing that was not glorified or emphasized on was seatbelts. Mm-hmm. Later on in society, accidents happened in the seatbelt campaign became more prevalent, more prominent. Mm-hmm. So now in movies, whenever you see a car chase, you see motherfuckers buckling their seatbelts. Or it's very much emphasized in movies that, hey, I'm putting on my seatbelt. So when people see these movies, it kind of subconsciously reminds them to wear their seatbelts.
Yeah.
That's what movies do for society. They subconsciously, give you these messages. Hey, seatbelts are important. Even if you look at one of these crazy ass chase movies like Super Troopers, them motherfuckers is putting on seatbelts before they do these outlandish car chases and everything.
Yeah.
Now, what they don't do in the same vein with movies, just like you were saying while I was thinking about this, when motherfuckers is fucking, they don't never show nobody reaching for condoms or anything or nothing like that. It's just like you said, like they getting a freaking passionate sex scene, they kissing and everything, they naked, they show them taking off clothes, and then they just
go in raw,
straight up raw. No contraceptive. I don't see the bitch take a damn birth control pill before.
Right.
I don't see a Plan B pill after. I don't see nothing. They just straight up raw. Dudes ski all up in her, I can presume. And then, damn, they just lay there in their own filth. Nasty, disgusting.
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
So, I mean, the only movie that I can recall, the only movie, while I think about this, that comes to mind where they introduced, like, a use of a condom was Higher Learning. And that was two lesbian ladies. So I don't understand.
Right.
Wow.
I don't understand.
That's funny. Well,
and then the gross lack in underuse of condom talk came from a movie called Kids, where this dude was just humping on everybody, and they was talking about swallowing cum and jizz all through that movie, and not a mention of a condom was throughout that movie. But I lied. The main character, the one that was jumping on all them young girls, he said he hates condoms because they trick your dick. So that was the only mention of condoms. But I can also the theme of this movie was talk about self-awareness and, you know, being abstinent and sexual consciousness. So the neglection of use of condom would be, you know, suitable for this movie because AIDS, you know, that was the main message. So I just talked myself into a circle, but they ain't using no strap-on condoms in the motherfucking movies. They need to use more condoms in the movies.
Man, you're right about that. That's funny. Yeah, Jay loved that movie, kids. Him and that was his Rosario Dawson. Crush came out then.
Rosario Dawson.
The young Rosario. Seeing her talk that way.
Yeah, fucking jizz in the mouth. It tastes funny. She had multiple partners. She did anal. I wonder if that's like life imitating art or art imitating life.
You never know. You never know with her.
Her and Paula Patton. I just like, man, if I can get them in a wet sleeping bag and just
wait. Hold on. A wet sleeping bag?
Yeah. So none of the heat to get out. I'll just be stewing in Rosario Dawson and Paula Patton sweat. And then it just
smell good after that.
Boy, I just and you take a potato and you season it with hooks, rubs, and spices, and put it in some butter in the foil. Then you wrap it all in there, and you just let it sit in the oven and bake. That's kind of how it would be.
Man, wow.
I would be. Top would have to stay in any of those two scenarios.
in any and every, right?
Yeah, because they're not sucking my soul away, as mentioned in some of these comments.
Hilarious. A wet sleeping bag.
She was hanging with Luke Cage. Damn it, she got coffee with that motherfucker. So I mean, I gotta stay in the dominant position.
Yep. She gonna get a lot more coffee in season 2 though.
Man,
yeah.
Get all the coffee.
All right. Start 5 podcast.
Espresso shots. All right.
Start 5 podcast. The way it's labeled is kind of hard for a straight man to feel he's answering correctly.
Yeah. See, that's what we're talking about.
All right.
But what did he say, though? I do love the woman on top.
You said it's up to your interpretation. He said, yep, I do love the woman on top, though.
All right, so there you go. So I guess that would be bottom?
Yeah. Well, all right. Damn.
Yeah, because, I mean, who would be for? Because, like, I'm saying top for me being on top. But if he's saying the woman being on top, that would be bottom for him.
Yeah.
This is simple but confusing at the same goddamn time.
Oh, this is hilarious. It's so funny.
All right, John Effect Podcast. On top stays as a top. I stand behind my decision. All right. So is he saying that he's a top as in what we was talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. No shit.
Men Love.
Facebook. Yeah, no shit. I forgot. Hey.
It's
awesome,
John.
I guess.
Podcast QB. Thank you very much for answering. Appreciate that.
All right. Just say words pod. Bottom all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It was that
all the words he needed to say.
Yeah, Fresco Fam says on top stays.
Nice.
All right. And Carla Michelle 1 top.
Nice.
Raindrops top.
Raindrop
all right.
top.
Everybody sitting in the love box.
In the love box, yeah. Hey man, thank you guys for commenting on there. I think everybody totally misconstrued my meaning, even though the picture said it better than the actual comment on there. I mean, to be honest, I was talking about, what side of your burger meat you'd rather have your cheese on the cheeseburger, if you want it on top of the burger or on the bottom. I just couldn't find a picture, so I put a picture of it.
And initially, I was looking at So like, is it mean like on top of the covers or on the bottom of the covers? I'm looking at the bed by itself.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have answered that.
Yeah, I was talking about if you're on a seesaw, would you rather be on the high area and top, or would you rather be down on the bottom on the seesaw? Would you rather be on the second floor or the first floor, top or bottom? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. Some of the one gotta go and one gotta stays. We come up with just some random stuff, and this week my mind was all over the place, and I had another one lined up, which for some reason just slipped my mind, but apparently it wasn't good enough. So I put on top or on bottom, and I just put that innuendo there, which is more of a leading innuendo, if you will, just to see what people would say. And yeah, it sort of turned out exactly how I thought it would. It's funny though.
Yeah.
It's a good debate. It's a good debate. But now that we know it's not in bottom and on bottom, maybe that might change some people's answers. But then again, maybe people do like it in the bottom. Who knows?
I guess.
Who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't say no if somebody would make the request.
Right. Exactly.
They're like, just stick it in my ass. I'm like, well, there you go. Consent.
All you had to do was utter those words. Anyway,
I know.
All right, cool. Well, that was our one gotta go recap. Thanks for your comments. We'll have some other crazy one gotta go, one gotta stay. Coming up this week. Shoot, Jay, did you have a question that makes you go or no? Or B.Rob, do you have one?
Nah.
Thing to make you
go Your question about having a question makes me go
Okay, so that doesn't count then. All right. Nice.
I was grossly unprepared.
It's all right. It's all right. See, we tried to do it random this time like you do, where you don't really prepare anything. You just go all of a sudden on your show. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which you had a really great episode this week with Sir John Lee and also the director of his Finn the Human video. That was a really good episode.
Deja Jones. I said Jones. Deja Gordon. There you go. Deja Gordon. Look her up. You can find her on Instagram at WINGZE_wings.
But it's pronounced wings, but there's an
Wangs. Mang. Wangs Mang. Wangs Mang.
Yeah. She was good.
And her birthday just passed, so happy birthday.
Is that right? Okay.
Oh, nice.
Happy snappy birthday. All right, cool. Sweet. Well, since nobody has one of those questions, we do have a voicemail from somebody this week. I do not see the phone number, so I don't know who it is, but we'll go ahead and play this voicemail. Let's see who this is. This is going to be some podcast inception, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up? Boy, B.Rob. Haven't called in a while and everything. Just checking back in. If fate would have it, if I'm timing this correctly, I might be actually chatting with you fellas while this is playing, or it's in the background, or you're letting your listeners listen to this. But I wanted to bring this up so we can have a discussion about it. 30-year-old ordered by a judge to get out of his fucking parents' house. His parents sued his ass, so he had forced him to leave the motherfucking house. And the judge granted their fucking wish and shit. Had to make a motherfucker leave your goddamn house. So, let's just think about it. Y'all got kids. I got, kids. I got 2 of them that's about to graduate here within the next 2-3 years. They already know. They've known since they were freaking babies that, hey, when you graduate, you get the fuck out. So, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about, when your kids graduate? Is they going to have to vacate? Are you giving them a year grace period? What are your thoughts on that? Me personally, I'm talking all these big, bold words, but I know damn well if my children need a little more time or they need some help, I'm going to be there to help and support. But long as they don't know that, I think that's part of the game, because, hey, you going to get the fuck out. You better join the military, get a job, do some shit, go to college. And that's burned in their brain. They know that's something they're going to have to do.
All right, that's dope. Podcast Inception, indeed. You timed it perfectly, sir.
Yes,
that's
what I do.
Yeah. So the 30-year-old evicted. I just sent you guys a link. Obviously you saw it. B.Rob J, did you see that?
About the 30-year-old evicted?
Yeah,
I don't think I saw it.
I saw it on Jesus and B.Rob.
Oh wait, you sent it through Skype.
Just now, yeah.
Wait, you just sent it. Okay.
I sent it through Skype just now. Yeah, man. So this guy, this man is 30 years old. They said that they.
Nah, V.
It said that the parents. What they gave him a notice. 5 or 6 different times, a written notice that hey, you need to get up out this piece, and he still didn't leave.
Oh, you know what? I did see something about this last week.
Man,
yeah,
What also made me laugh, since I'm a professional wrestling fan, this guy's name is Michael Rotundo. For those of you who are in the wrestling world, Mike Rotundo is the character famously known as IRS, the tax guy. So as soon as I seen the headline, Michael Rotundo, I was like, what the fuck? He's not 30 years old.
Yeah, that's not him. That's not the same guy. Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, where do I know that name from? There you go. Yeah, that's not the same dude. But yeah, man, you 30 years old, G. Which, like you said, I understand sometimes, you need a little extra help, need a little extra time. But, I mean, he been needing a little extra time for the past 12 years then, if he's 30 and he graduated high school at 18. And yeah, man, it sounded like, he was, I guess he was his own attorney, right? And when you're your own attorney in situations, sometimes it's a bunch of foolishness that you get to watch. And you could tell that this dude studied law for 10 minutes, on the way to the courthouse, on Google, on Wiki Google, how to be your own attorney, before he got there, because he was like, what did he say? He said something like, they didn't provide him with, any kind of support or shelter or food. I'm like, hold on, my man.
So if they didn't, why is the issue of you having to get the fuck out? So, I mean, you was already out. Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, but you're 30 years old, you need to have your own job and have your own money and get up out of that piece. Like, for real.
See, that was the only thing. I seen the headline, and that was enough for me. I didn't look at the video. I didn't read the article or whatever. It's just like, it says it all right there. I mean, there's no deeper diving into that. This motherfucker is 30 years old. His parents wanted him the fuck out. He wouldn't leave, so they had to take him to court to get them out the fucking house. So automatically in my mind, parents are to blame, because they enabled his ass this goddamn long for it even to get to this level.
Spoiled him too much.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then also at the same time, I mean, how long have we all been alive? I mean, life does kind of move really fast, because, I mean, 2 years ago, I was in the military. Now I'm out of the military, and it don't even feel like it's been 2 years now, So I can understand some of those years might have just kind of slipped by, especially when he was in his 20s or whatever. So just like Jared was saying, he graduated at 18, maybe, he had some work he was doing. He might have 19, 20 would have passed real quick, because it just is fresh. Now, 2021, probably by then, if, given, his upbringing or whatever, he might be legally drinking and going hanging out and partying and everything. Might have been a little problematic there. So, those years kind of slipped by. But damn time he hit 25 and up, this is probably where the issues starting to really kick in,
Yes, true. I can feel that too. I can see that. You know what? Okay, this man has a kid.
What?
He has a child.
Okay,
he has
I'm
a son.
We got more ammunition now. I did not know that. Okay.
It said he hopes to. 30-year-old man, Mike Rotundo, evicted from parents' house, hopes to gain custody of his son. Why you got? Come on, man. Come on. So he was doing a little bit of work up in that time frame. You know what I'm saying? He was tapping some love boxes up in that time frame.
Where the baby mama at?
Yeah, right.
Where
that baby stay?
Where is the baby one? See here. He definitely embraced his sudden fame, of course. In 2 days, he's appeared on CNN and major newspapers and TMZ. He's hoping the media coverage will somehow allow him to see his son, of whom he lost custody and visitation rights, he said. Hopefully, well, this is really loud, sorry. Shut up.
We in the atrium and shit?
Yeah, I got freaking, I just walked outside. No, I'm just playing. Let's see here. Hopefully, by doing these interviews, people would start to support that I should be able to see my son again. Now he playing the victim, right? And he wants to make one thing clear. He doesn't deny his age makes him a millennial. He just doesn't think he fits the stereotype. I'm not a crazy person, he says. I'm a little weird or quirky or whatever, but I'm a great father.
Okay.
Great dad. Man.
Yeah, so, I want to know where the baby mama at. I want to know what that situation is.
Yeah. Wow.
So this dude been at his parents' house this long. He done made up a baby somewhere in between, and he fighting to stay at his fucking parents' house.
He said he too broke to move. Man, come on, man.
Too broke to move. Is he just completely jobless, or does he have something, or is he just chilling in his parents' basement playing video games?
Let's see here. He said he was concentrating on parenthood. I've been a father for the past few years. He told the website, that's what I've been doing. I really haven't been pursuing a career. He added that he had been working here. He'd been working here and there doing things, but mostly being a father. So, so he was a temp. That's what I would say.
So where the fuck is the mama?
Well, obviously the kid has the mom has the kid. That's what it sounds like because he lost visitation rights. Let's see here.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, I'm just reading what it says. So he said, since then, he told Business Insider his parents have been trying to coerce me away and had stopped feeding him. He said the notice to vacate led to Tuesday's court case was a retaliatory action for losing his visitation rights. I was an excellent father, Rotundo claimed, saying he had taken his child fishing and skiing. Well, shoot, that's a regular dad thing. What you talking about? I was a great father, and the child needed me in their life.
Okay, so side notes. This is little quips and nitpicks or whatever. This motherfucker ain't got no money. He goddamn broke. What the fuck? He getting money to go fishing and goddamn skiing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can understand.
Skiing is expensive.
Yeah, I can understand. Maybe since he lived with the parents, maybe they have ski equipment. They could use that, but they ain't got no fucking baby ski equipment unless they kept his shit from when he was a kid. And then, from what I understand of skiing, I never skied a day in my life. But it's weird because snow falls everywhere and hills and mountains are everywhere. But that shit ain't free. You just can't just go pop up on somebody's slopes and start skiing for free and shit. You got to pay fees and all this other bullshit. So where the fuck you getting the money for that? Fishing, I mean, you got to buy equipment. Once again, goes back to what I said. It might be borrowing from the parents or whatever the fuck. But you got to buy bait. You got a damn.
Unless he just in his backyard digging up worms.
Yeah, and then also this makes me think about the if this is at court and they spending money on this stupid shit. What's the financial background of the parents? Is they rich or something? Because I mean, skiing and fishing. I mean, that doesn't sound like some shit that motherfuckers in the hood gonna be doing with their kids or whatever. It's more like we going to McDonald's. I'm gonna get you some shit off the 99-cent menu. You can go play in the bounce house, So
exactly right. No, man.
What I'm saying? This sounds like some upper crust shit to me.
I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, the house looks basic, right? It looks like a basic, suburban neighborhood. It's just outside of Syracuse, New York, so it's like upstate New York. But that's number one. It doesn't look like it does not look like that these people are loaded and they just have like a trust fund baby here. Number two. Skiing is extremely expensive. I have not skied since we've been here to Utah, but I have a lot of friends, who go skiing often. When it's cold outside, shoot, there's still snow up there right now. I wouldn't be surprised. There's some people up there trying to get, a couple of rounds in. But let me just tell you, a lift ticket alone, could be about $100. That's just to be able to ride the ski lift. That's not counting, renting skis. That's not counting buying them. All the stuff that you need for that. I mean, you could easily spend $500, on one or two people in a day of skiing. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, this man took his kids skiing. I better hope they had like a free, a free to ski program for kids or something like that, because it is not cheap. It's crazy.
What if he's getting all the money from his baby mama?
Yeah,
maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe the mom is funding.
But if
all
that's
that. And it sounds like he's a coercer. So
Yeah, and if that's the fucking case, why he ain't living with his baby mama?
Sure. I mean, have you seen this man?
But then again, but yeah, I seen him. You got the long hair and
Highlander
everything.
gained about 400 pounds.
But I mean, at the same time, we asked about where's the baby mama? Why you ain't with the baby mama? I mean, but hence the name baby mama. Usually you ain't together when you get that moniker.
Yeah. That's something happening there. Let's see here. It says, this is funny. So now he says, I don't want to live there anymore. However, I need several months to get out the house. I don't have the means to do that tomorrow. Let's see here. The mom and dad sent their son several letters asking him to move out, to get a job and take care of his broken down Volkswagen. In a letter dated February 18, they offer him $1,100 in cash to help him find a place to stay. And then some advice at the bottom of the letter said, there are jobs available even for those with a poor work history like you. Get one. Savage. Mom and dad, I'm telling you, man. I don't know, man. I don't know where that baby mama at, but I will not be surprised if you don't see her face show up sometime soon, trying to catch a little bit of that 15 minutes of fame. All of a sudden, they're going to be together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden,
Watch you get a TV show out of this.
Man, it's going to be like 30 and evicted.
30 and evicted, yep.
Oh, man.
30 and homeless.
It's going to be some kind of makeover type show. They go get him on there, cut all his long hair off, try to groom him up to be a professional, help him get a job.
He's a white dude, so he'll get a job fast.
I guess.
No, I don't know. Just joking. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I would just say that it might be. I don't know. With all this quote unquote fame, I mean, the dude. If nothing else, man, just go get you a job at McDonald's, make some money somehow.
Yeah, because I mean, shit. My kid work at McDonald's right now. Currently, my oldest child, and she bringing home $500 checks every 2 weeks.
Nice.
I mean, that's $1,000 a month.
It's better than nothing. Shoot, that's good for a kid too.
Yeah, which is mostly gone already.
Yeah.
So
I bet it is, right? Disappear fast, huh?
Yeah.
But no, man. If you are trying to make some money, if you don't have a job, any job should work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I know you can't feed your family off, $1,000 a month, but sometimes you just gotta make stuff work until you can upgrade yourself.
And especially, I mean, if he's a single guy, I mean, obviously, if he, getting custody rights and visitation and stuff, he's single. He just got a kid. So that $1,000 a month for him should stretch, especially if you're working at a fast food establishment. You can feed yourself real fucking easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. All the Big Macs and chicken nuggets.
Speaking of McDonald's, when my daughter got that job or whatever, I told her about the woes of working at a McDonald's, because that was one of the jobs I had as a teenager. I told her just to be wary of who you work for or whatever, because truth be told, when I worked at McDonald's, I only got the job. I only started working there because the girl I was dating at the time worked at that McDonald's, and it was an opportunity for me to see her more and fool around in the freezer. So
nice.
I didn't really give a shit about the job except for that perk. So the people around me that had more tenure, that been there longer, I mean, they had carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they wanted. So they was making Big Macs instead of beef patties. They were using chicken patties and shit. So, I mean, they were just in there having epic meal times and shit, and fucking Top Chef in the motherfucking Walmart for their lunch breaks and shit, not paying for a goddamn thing. I worked at that McDonald's for 2 damn days and got fired.
Wow.
You know why? You know why?
How's that?
Because if you ever worked at a fast food establishment, or McDonald's in particular, they put their nuggets, after they come out the fryer, they put them in this tray thing and they keep them warm or whatever. And if they sitting there too long, you're supposed to throw them out. So I was pulling fresh chicken nuggets out of the fryer. I was putting them in the warming tray, and they had one lone chicken nugget that was in there. It been in there too long. We had to throw it out. So I took that motherfucker and I popped that bitch. I ate it. Manager saw me. Manager saw me, fired me on the spot.
Dang.
You know,
said you was stealing, huh?
Yeah, no shit. She's like, this has just been all this stuff going on here lately, and you know, I was like, whoa. These motherfuckers making fucking Leaning Tower pizza out of fucking chicken patties and shit, and you fire me for eating one nugget that we was gonna throw away anyway? I was like, when do you want your uniform back? Do you want it right now, or do you want it tomorrow when I come pick up my check?
Man, yeah, your 2-day check, huh? Man, that's some bull, man. That's some bull. It does not compute, you know?
Yeah.
It does not, like, it's going in the trash can. Why can't my mouth be the trash can, you know?
Whatever, man.
You're probably better off for it, but hey, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then I worked at my first love, Spencer's Gifts.
Ooh, man.
How was working at Spencer's, man?
Oh man, it was fucking great, especially for like a 16-year-old. I worked there for years. It's just like, it was one of my first jobs. So I was at least 17 when I first started working there, because my very first job was Popeyes. And I got that job because my brother is like the manager of one of them. He's like the boss. He's been working there for as long as I can remember as the head manager or some shit of a motherfucking Popeyes. So I couldn't work at his Popeyes, so he put me on at another Popeyes. And that's a whole nother story. I ain't gonna get too much deep in that. I don't know how much time we got. But
Louisiana, fast.
Yeah, fast. It was just crazy. But after I stopped working there, I got on at Spencer Gifts in the mall. You know, Preon Lake Mall in Lake Charles. That's the only mall we got. So if I say Lake Charles, that's the only mall you can refer to. So I worked in there, and it was fucking fun, man, because it had everything in there suited my personality. You know, all the wacky gifts and gadgets and everything in there. And then it was kind of cool because, you know, they got McNeese State University out there. That college is not too far from the Preon Lake Mall. Yeah. So they got all these college students coming in there hanging out. So I get to see some of the fine ladies that come in there and buy, if you can see me right now, I'm doing air quotes, massagers. Mm-hmm. So this little bitty girl can be no more than 5'6", coming in there buying a 12-inch massager. And I'm just like, would you like some batteries with that? So, and that was cool. And then at the time of my life, I was a kleptomaniac, so it was plenty for me to steal out of there. So I was stealing shit out of Spencer's Gifts, and I would bring it to school to sell it. So I would go to school with my little backpack and my notepad, be like, what you want, dog? And then I would go to work the next day and steal all that shit and bring it back to work and sell it. I mean, to school and sell it. So, I mean, Spencer's was fucking fun, man. And then we had like a little crime syndicate in there because I wasn't the only one stealing. So this is the whole roundabout of the thing. I was stealing for me, and then they hired this new guy on, and me and him started working together and everything. And I was kind of salty. I didn't like him at first because I had more tenure, and they hired him on, and he wound up being an assistant manager. So I was like, what the fuck, you know? Or whatever. But he was older than me, so I can kind of see maybe they didn't feel I had enough responsibility at the time, you know, because being so young, whatever.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I get it. So, I mean, me and him chopping it up and everything. So later on, while we were working there, they opened up a Suncoast video in the mall.
Yeah.
So it was fresh. It was brand new. I never heard of Suncoast video. So on my lunch breaks, I would leave Spencer's, go around the block in the mall to Suncoast Video, and I would walk around and everything, and you know, I'm a wrestling fan, so I would see all the wrestling VHSs and everything. They had the Stone Cold documentary and all these other things, and I would steal them because the store was so new, they didn't have the alarm system set up. And the way I found this out was I dropped the tape on the floor and I kicked it out into the hallway of the mall. and the alarm didn't go off. So
nice.
I would go on my lunch break from Spencer's. I would go to Suncoast Video. I would rack up on fucking VHS tapes. And I would go back to Spencer's, put them in my backpack, along with my paraphernalia that I acquired from Spencer's. And I would go home and I would sell it.
Dang.
So one day,
side hustles.
Yeah. So one day I came into the shop while me and him was working together. And he seen me put the Stone Cold VHS in my bag. He's like, "You like wrestling?" I was like, "Nah, I'm just getting this because, I like Steve Austin. He's a great man, and I just like, it just so happens he wrestles, so I'm being real sarcastic like a motherfucker. It's like, you damn right I like some motherfucking wrestling." And he's like, and so we got to talking about wrestling and everything and whatever. So over time, I got past all my pettiness and we kind of became cool. So he would notice me bringing more and more of these VHS tapes in the store, putting them in my bag. He's like, straight up. He was just straight up with me. "Are you stealing those?" I was like, "No." He's like, "It's cool if you are. I was going to see if you can get me some too. I pay you." I was like, "Word. Okay. This is what's up." And, because it was from somewhere else, I didn't think it was a setup for here at Spencer's. And then, he said he wanted this, so I went and got it. I brought it back. He paid me for it. He's like, "Do you take anything out of here? Because I steal out of here all the time." I was like, "Word." So me and him had that.
Wow.
We would like, if me and him worked that day. When we closed that night, we put everything we wanted in our bags and we just took that shit right smooth out the fucking store.
Damn.
And then later on, we hired on another female, and me and him kind of peeped her out because we know what we do in the store, So how a thief can recognize a thief. That's kind of how it was. So me and him was peeping her like, "Yeah, she's stealing. You think she's stealing? Yeah, she's stealing. No, maybe we should bring her into the fold,
Yeah, man, that's hilarious.
So all three of us had this bond. Spencer gives it like, "Hey, when all three of us working together, we know we can steal shit."
Dang.
So that's how it was. The crime syndicate. And,
Spencer Crime Syndicate.
And since he was the assistant manager or whatever, he had the end. So he knew when the big boss was coming. He knew when the head manager was coming. He knew when they was going to do inventory. So hey man, we need to slack off on this week. And so we had the inside man.
Yeah.
It was fucking great, man. It was like the best time of my young life.
He was like your lookout plug, you know what I'm saying? He was an officially titled lookout.
Yeah.
For the manager.
And I didn't even have to run off on the plug twice,
All right, Plies.
Yeah, and it was sad. There's a sad ending to this story. It's just like me and that dude would hang out all the time. Even after work, we would go to his apartment. We would play motherfucking WrestleMania 2000, all the wrestling Nintendo 64 games or whatever. And then I joined the military. I come back years later, try to check in on him. He died. He had a heart attack.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
And he was a young guy, man, because like I was 17, 18 years old, and he was like in his 20s. Yeah. And everything, because he was in college and shit. He passed away.
Wow. That is sad. That's sad, but the story was hilarious.
Man, that shit was fun as fuck, man. And that's how I found out about edible panty draws and motion lotions and all this stuff.
Man, I used to trip out over those little Stay Hard pills, but they was actually candy.
Yeah, they tricked you.
They tricked me, and the crazy thing was, it was me and my homie, man. We were like 11 years old, and his older cousin had like a bottle of them, and we ate the whole bottle. And they was messing with us the whole damn day, saying, "Dog, y'all dick go fall off in y'all sleep. It's gonna explode."
Yeah, the whole bottle.
It's like y'all gonna be having porno dreams about Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But also it was a hindrance for me as well sometimes too, because like people took advantage of me. Because like I said, I would steal the shit and I would go to school and I would sell it. So people knew where I worked and they would come into there and they're just like, y'all seen 40-Year-Old Virgin, right?
Yeah.
You remember when Kevin Hart was trying to get the TV and shit for free from old dude or whatever? Because hey man, we both homies, we both black, right? So I mean, it's automatic that you hook me up, right? So they would come into the store under that impression, just like, well, you steal from here or whatever, and I know this, so I can steal from here, and damn, you ain't gonna say shit. So I'm like, fuck, man.
First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me because I don't understand. I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Dog, yeah, that's funny, man. Wow, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised somebody will walk up in there and say, "Hey, can you give me the hookup?" type of thing.
Well, that wasn't a problem because once they came to the register, I'd just be like, I'll slide some shit in the bag. I mean, that's cool. But when they in there trying to steal the shit themselves and expecting,
they're looking at you like you gonna look away.
Yeah, because us stealing in there, that's us. Because I mean, we connected. We know what we can do and we can't do. But you to come in there, presumably a stranger and shit, just to steal some shit. I mean, Big John, the motherfucker I was telling you about, he gonna chase you down in the motherfucking mall and tackle your ass. And I can't do shit about it. So my only thing was like, if they stole and got caught, was they gonna snitch on me? Well, this motherfucker's working, he's stealing from here, he bring the shit to school. That was my only thing. So I just kind of I was like, oh, don't steal the shit. Just bring it to the register and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny. I remember bartending and people asking me to hook them up with a little extra drink, you know what I'm saying? Or a free shot or something. It was always
bartender. You can't do that to the bartender.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you're young and beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
My rule with the bar, you always take care of the bartender. So, if I go to the bar and I first drink I buy, if I buy, just the special, maybe $3-4 drink or something, off top bartender getting $5. So damn, he know when I come to the bar, hook me up, with, a little extra alcohol, a little less soda or something like that, in that aspect of it. But as long as you take care of the bartender or whatever, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. You shouldn't be up there begging for shit.
Yes, as long as you take care of the bartender. But when you don't, you're dead to me. That's all I gotta say about that.
Because I remember when I was in my heyday of fucking hanging out and partying and shit. We would go to the same club every fucking weekend, and like I said, I take care of the bartender. First couple of drinks, giving them like $3 and $4 tips, or I just let him keep the change off of 20 or some shit like that. So he see my face, he know me. I given him cash many a times before. So one night we got in there. We got fucking trash. We were celebrating something, and damn, I ran up my tab so fucking high, or whatever, and damn, at the end of the night, I go to cash out, and I'm dreading it because I'm kind of cognizant of what I've been doing this whole night. I was like, man, this is gonna be a high ass bill. And then I get to the bartender is like, hand me my card, just like, don't worry about it, man. I forgot to ring up your shit most of the night, so I cashed it out. Don't worry about it. I was like,
no, nice,
bet, holla,
nice,
free tab,
nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's cool. It's good to have a good bartender, a cool bartender every now and then.
Yeah, especially if you're a regular, man. You are obligated to take care of the bartender if you're a regular.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And those people, I remember when I bartended, those people were the ones who we actually hooked up more often than anybody else. The regulars, because we knew that they was going to drop, a nice tip on us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'd slide them something, for free every now and then. But yeah, got some propositions back in the day. So, there was some that I, had to pursue, and some that I was scared to pursue.
All right.
I was sort of scared, but whatever. Anyway, back to where we started at. 30-year-old man evicted. So that's foolish. You gotta go.
Gotta go. One gotta go, and that's him.
The only one gotta go. Yeah, but like you said, Jay, I would not be surprised to see this dude either have a show or on some kind of makeover show. You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously he got a kid. Excuse me, and we know he got a baby mama. So, and he has some trifling parents, or he's trifling to his parents, I guess. So,
this could easily turn into one of those VH1, TV shows or something like that. Like John and Kate plus 8. When they disbanded, when they broke up the band, and you having John living his life, trying to be that 38-year-old dad, that's out there again in the game, and Kate with all the 8 children. Living the struggling mommy life, but trying to get a makeover every week. So that's gonna be this guy, All
right,
they'll find him a job too. That's gonna be like a nice menial job that he could pose for on camera.
Yeah, and here you go. I mean, here's some updates. I just typed in his name to see what popped up. The show InfoWars. Alex Jones. He just gave this motherfucker $3,000.
Come on, man.
Also, a pizzeria chain offered this motherfucker a job in New York. So that's what's happening with this dude right now.
I mean, this is the thing. I am a guy that's for second chances. Like, I definitely believe in that. There's some people, a lot of people who definitely deserve that. And the pizzeria chain reaching out and offering to do the job, that's cool, but he better not screw it away.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off or whatever. But
no, you're good, man. That was it. That was my statement.
Are we privy to what cam soda is?
Cam soda. Sounds familiar.
Yes, maybe. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, that's well the strippers and all the women they get naked on camera for a fee. Cam soda offered this motherfucker a job.
Nice.
So I mean, I don't know.
Nobody is trying to see him with nothing.
Hold on, I haven't read the details. This is according to TMZ. I just looked at the headline. It just say, all right, gets job offer. Screw you folks. Be a cam guy. All right. So that was the headline.
No.
All right. Keep in mind, Cam Soda is the name site where porn stars do online camming. But fear not, Michael's job would be to be fully clothed, according to the letter. And the program allows people to live stream their candid lives 24/7. So he can live stream with his clothes on. That's pretty much they offering him a deal to live stream on their service, and they'll pay him for it.
Well, what's gonna happen. That dude he gonna be full of himself. He gonna be feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll really be feeling himself
literally
in front of the camera.
So I mean, this is the thing. If he accepts, he will get $1,000 a month for up to 6 months.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
See, now look at that. We was just talking about this. If he pretty much, this is the easy way out for him in as far as that aspect, because we're saying you can go work at McDonald's and make $1,000 a month, or he can sit in front of his fucking computer and run his goddamn mouth and get $1,000 a month for 6 months.
Man, I'm telling you, man. He could. He just needs to just do whatever he can to get out of his mom and dad house. I don't know what it is. I ain't trying to see him on Cam Soda, but still.
So look, there you go right there. So 6 months worth of cash. That's $6,000. He just got $3,000 from Alex Jones. So damn, that's $9,000 right there.
At 9. Yeah, if he drops in a job at McDonald's, making another $1,000 a month.
So he is set up right now. Just off these two things.
It's like you can't fail.
Yes,
when everything is right there in front of your face.
When he moves out the house, I want to do a Where Are They Now 1 month after he moves out the house. Where will he be? Back on the streets?
Backyard.
He'll be back at his mom and daddy house in the backyard with a tent.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I far-fetched in thinking this, what I'm about to say? It's just like, in the day and age that we live in now, with social media being, king the way it is, I mean, people can go out there and voice their opinions. People can get paid just for playing fucking video games and just, small, meaningless shit people can get paid for. I mean, not discrediting those people, because I know people who do those things, Jay. And, I mean, it's cool and it's kind of sad at the same time. But do you think this was done this way just so these opportunities could be presented to this dude? All right, if me and my child got an issue, I mean, this is easily solved without social media. This is easily solved without fucking worldwide media coverage. This is something that we can handle within the four walls of this house. For this to be what this is now, we're reading about it on all social media websites.
Right.
This motherfucker's doing interviews on TV and all these shows and all this other stuff. Now it looks like, from what I was just talking about, this motherfucker got basically a sponsorship to live in his fucking parents' house or get out of his fucking parents' house. Do you think all this was done on purpose just for this?
It's a pretty smart plan if it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because I mean, really, I mean, I know if you go to court, I mean, it's a matter of public record, but
Right.
unless you're searching for this shit, or unless someone knows about this shit, who would know about this shit? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
If it wasn't publicized in any major media outlet, how the fuck would I know about Mike Rotondo, 30 years old, still living with his motherfucking parents and won't get the fuck out? You know, how would I fucking know about that?
Yeah, how would you know, right?
Because there's
somebody.
I know there's plenty of 30 fucking year olds right now at their motherfucking parent house. Matter of fact, I'm very close friends with a guy that's, I think, a year younger than me, and I have never known him to live anywhere else but his parents' house.
Wow.
This motherfucker's not on the news. This motherfucker ain't getting offers from motherfucking Cam Soda.
Shit.
Yeah, this motherfucker ain't getting offers from Cam Soda. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
do you think this is a freaking intricate plot?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like you say, I do know some people like that too, very near and dear. But I'm thinking this, man, like these other 30-year-olds that we're talking about, they're probably living amicably with their parents or contributing or have a job. And, you know, not just like sitting around the house all day long. Claiming that I've been trying to be a daddy for the past few years.
Nope.
They're probably actually contributing, you know what I'm saying, in some way.
I know some that are not doing anything.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there are the people like what you're saying. That's, you know, they have a good relationship and they're doing these things or whatever. But like at that point, if they're depending on their level of what they're doing, is it the fact that they still live with their parents, or do their parents live with them, or are they there solely to take care of their parents? You know, there's those situations. But if it's just a motherfucker that's just been there since high school, ain't doing shit, that's the issue.
Yeah, that is the issue.
And I know people in all the realms that we just talked about, you know, so I know some that ain't doing shit. I know some that's doing shit, you know, so they ain't on the motherfucking news.
No, you're right about that, man.
Right.
That's funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a debate that can go on forever.
Yeah,
sadly.
And that's my thing now, and it's sad that it come to this or whatever. I don't really believe shit that I see on the news anymore, you know, because like, you know, just how I talked about this whole thing, how the fuck would we have known about that unless we were looking for that, or, you know, people made it known. You know?
Yeah, unless people made it known. You know, I do know this, though. I do know this from my time working in and interning and learning the broadcast news media business. Yeah, I do know that there are beat reporters or there are interns, you know, who are basically assigned to Wild and Wacky, you know, on a daily basis. So TMZ? They're always searching. Yeah, TMZ. Yeah, it basically is that in a nutshell. But they are always trolling the internet. They're always listening to police scanners. Like, I kid you not, they have police scanners in these news stations always running. They, you know, they're always looking, listening, reading, checking videos, trying to find the latest and greatest weird thing. And, you know, obviously they have many connections. So, you know, I would think that this thing popped up, you know, on the news media from, you know, from number one, public access CCTV, because you could see this going on live inside the courtroom. Number two, you know, there's somebody in that courtroom's like, you know, sent a message to the news station, just laughing like, man, you won't believe what's happening today. So yeah, so they got somebody down there real fast because all they need to do
And what they do is a cameraman, and Chuck could probably Chuck from What a Man podcast can probably actually speak to this. They'll send a cameraman out to whatever news story that they're not trying to send a full-on reporter to, and they'll just say, ask them a few questions on camera. So, just here's the questions, A, B, C, and that's all you need. So cameraman will go out, film the whole thing, do B-roll of the whole thing, and then ask them, like, what are your thoughts? Are you going to appeal? And then next thing you know, it becomes a story. And, and this is in New York, even though it's not in the city, it's still in New York. So, you got a lot of eyes seeing that, millions and millions of eyes seeing that, and millions of shares and impressions. Deezus and Miro pick it up, which they have, I don't know how many millions subscribers. So, yeah, man. So next thing you know, now, you, me, and Jay are talking about it on the hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Yeah. And then,
it's
like,
crazy.
I mean, something like this, that's how I'm saying. I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, this goes on every day. But what made him, this particular person,
this
so
guy,
fucking special,
Nothing.
Because I can guarantee you, I mean, it just so happened to be in New York. I can imagine that this is probably going on in many other different places at the same time, and it's not getting any fucking coverage.
Yep.
So what made this one particular motherfucker so goddamn special? You know what social media has turned into, and I really would like to know what their business model is like now. It's turned into the fucking National Enquirer.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Fucking Elvis is still alive and he's sleeping with aliens and shit. So, I mean, that's what the fucking internet and social media is now. It's just like the ridiculous and outlandish.
Yeah. That's the millennial, man. Millennials have brought that for us. That's their contribution right now to society.
And then now with this shit being so public the way it is, they giving fuel to all those 30-something-year-olds that's still living in their fucking parents' houses, getting all kind of flack. It's just giving them all kinds of ammo and fuel and shit. Just like, well, this motherfucker did it, and he getting all this money and all this. Well, I guess I can bring my shit up too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be what's gonna happen in the next in the future right now. So
it's a fucking rash.
It's the bad babies and the woe ickies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Yeah. From what I understand, she's pursuing a full-on rap career now.
I mean, she's touring right now. She's on tour.
Yeah,
it's like a 70 city. It's like a 70 city tour or something crazy like that. I think she's supposed to be in Dallas-Fort Worth soon, and then she's supposed to be hitting H-Town soon too. I mean, if
I wasn't scared of prison and being a bottom, I would go shoot that motherfucker up.
Wait. Hold on, G. Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second now.
That's what I said. Because that's notorious in prison.
There's a lot of connotation to what you just said.
Yeah, I said if I wasn't scared of going to prison and fucking getting probably butt raped because I'm a little bitty dude and motherfuckers gonna jump on me and shit, I would go in this bitch and fucking shoot the club. I was like, get your bad baby ass the fuck up out of here.
Oh, that shoot the club.
There's another shoot the club up we thought you was talking about.
Okay, all right. Your ass, you talking about fucking putting out surveys to whether you want to be a top and bottom, knowing it has LBJQ, elemental P implications and shit. And you gonna get on me when I'm talking about literal guns and shit and you talking about skeet, motherfucker. You get your shit together, damn, Jared.
Man.
How your mind go there when I'm talking about shooting up some shit? I ain't talking about... Come on, man.
I mean, dog, I don't know, man. I didn't know if you've been looking at her thirst traps.
Ugh, no. No, man.
Joking,
I scroll past that shit. As soon as I see her, like that fucking ratchet ass red ponytail, sometimes I just close the fucking app altogether. It's like, nope, I'm done with this for today.
Yeah, right? Man. This is what's so crazy. So this chick has 13.5 million followers. I'm sure some of those were bought, but for real though. And then her newest song that she came out called Gucci Flip Flops is features Lil Yachty. And so we already know how we feel about Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
But still, he is a name in the business right now. Still, he's a popular name amongst a lot of those kids in the business right now. So all you have to do is get somebody, to
endorse you,
to jump on, and endorse your music, whatever. And then boom, next thing you know, you're out there. You're out there doing a multi-city tour
for the whole summertime while you're supposed to be, trying to get yourself a summer job and, messing around with your friends, hanging out, chilling, all that stuff. Nah, this chick on a tour. And yeah, it's just like, it's just like you say, man,
it's weird.
She got her 15 minutes of fame because somebody reposted that Catch Me Outside. How about that? And then next thing you know, she's all over the world. She's traveling the world, dropping her Gucci flip flop rap song.
Yeah.
And
so
that's about it.
So the message to kids of America is be a badass fucking kid.
Yep.
Fucking disrespect your goddamn parents and do all this other bullshit, and you'll be successful.
That's pretty much it.
And I'm curious to know, because I remember y'all talking about it many moons back on your show, with the whole thing with Lil Yachty and Joe Budden, talking about their business deals and everything. I wonder what kind of shit she getting, what kind of deal she got,
Wow, yeah.
I
don't know, man.
It's weird because like XX whatever the fuck Machina, whatever the goddamn name is, Trippy Red, goddamn 6ix9ine, all the motherfuckers, they all in the same camp. Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, Lil Xan, all them motherfuckers, they all pretty much in the same camp. They pretty much all the same person with different skin tones.
Right.
It's just damn, how much money are they really getting? For
to be honest,
to be young and reckless.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me, man, that it's like there's a whole market for that type of music, and who the fuck listens to that shit? Because I know
sadly.
I know my kids listen to some of it, but I don't think it's prevalent in their goddamn their artist list, their playlist, of shit they listen to. I know my son is straight up a YouTube kid. The two youngest ones, they straight up YouTube kids. Whatever's popular on YouTube, they'll listen to that shit. They know all the little stupid Fortnite dances and all that other bullshit or whatever. So oh yeah, they'll get caught in that trap. But my oldest is like, she listened to music that I listen to, like old shit, and then some new shit or whatever. So it's just weird because that's pretty much the focus group here. I have a 17-year-old. I got a 15-year-old and I got a 7-year-old, and you can kind of gauge the wavelength as far as music in this house, from those three groups.
Right.
And it's just weird because like I know my kids may have heard of it, but I don't think they listen to it enough to where, that is fucking popular,
Yeah.
None of my kids is walking around this bitch trying to dye their hair or grow dreads and all kind of shit like that. The only thing they may have shown interest toward is tattoos, because I have buku tattoos and my wife have buku tattoos. So
that's funny. I don't know, man. I don't thankfully know anybody that I know of right now who listens to it, but there's people out there, sadly. There are people out there, and it's sad that they're basically clouding their brains, their judgment with that stuff. But it's there's always an audience these days. There's always an audience for whoever. Shoot, we podcast. I'm sure when we all started our shows, we probably knew of a couple friends here and there would listen, maybe a family member or two, and that's probably who we shared it with first.
Yeah.
But we're like, man, we shooting this out here to the atmosphere and hoping somebody will listen, and then next thing you know, you got people who are interacting, like Kayla Stevenson, Ryder Apparel. I'm just go ahead and drop that out there. As well as many other people, that just sort of show up out of nowhere, and next thing you know, you have a voice, and then next thing you know, somebody picks up your show, like iHeartRadio or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you get bigger and bigger, and the next thing you know, you got 15 minutes of fame, and you're trying to cash that and parlay that into something bigger. Just because you just decided to say something and there was somebody who was willing to listen. You could be as trash, as possible.
Yeah.
Like this chick, or you could be, somebody who actually has something good to say. Like Colin Kaepernick. What I'm saying, who does have a voice and who is speaking on something differently, and actually be somebody who you should listen to instead of this foolishness. So, speaking of Colin Kaepernick,
Nice
Let's get away
segue.
from these fools out here. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying. Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, so the NFL, man, they NFL basically rules to side, with most of America. That is, I'm sorry, not we won't say that. The portion of America, who is more angry with black men for taking a knee than white teens committing mass shootings.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, or any teens, I guess, committing mass shooting. It's just sad wherever that is.
Yeah.
And definitely send condolences and respect to the people of Santa Fe and their kids. That's right outside of Houston. So it's probably about an hour from where I grew up, maybe an hour and a half, but still, it's close enough that I know, I know it well. But back to the NFL, man, come on, man, Houseway. Is this one of those things where they'll crucify the or they'll for lack of a better term kill the bravest slave, if you will, and then none of the rest of them will try to run or fight? Is that what this is?
Yeah, because slavery was a choice, so
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye, you're absolutely right. It was. I mean, come on, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, still on the vein of the rap stuff, and even this is, it's all the same. It's just like, do we hate positivity or change so damn much that it gets this vile and visceral reaction all the fucking time? Because in the vein of music, anybody that's speaking any conscious shit, well produced, well put together shit, they get no acclaim, no recognition. None. Nobody's talking about them. They ain't, but you come up with some pow, pow, chibi, chibi, bang, bang, and you fucking on top of the charts. I don't get it.
Swoop diddy poop. Boopity poop. Poop de
Scoopity
scoopity
poop.
poop.
Scoopity poop.
Scoopity poop de boop boop. You're right.
So, and then now you got Colin Kaepernick that's doing a positive thing, and everybody's just shitting on him for whatever reason. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Is this what the world has come to? Is this what's going on? Is this what's hot in the streets right now? You go out there, you get you some breast milk from a Cambodian immigrant. This is what's hot in the streets right now.
It is.
Essentially, that's what it seems like, right?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. It has been hot in the streets for years. Old school rules. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still leave them in play. It's sad but true. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. And then I guess it also came out recently that the Carolina Panthers, were sold to, I guess like a minority owner of the Steelers. So basically keeping it in the family. But you remember, a few months back when the Carolina Panthers, were first heard to be up for sale, Puff Daddy and what's his name? Puff Daddy and Steph Curry, were a couple of the people who initially were like, hey, I want in on this. I'd love to buy that team. A black-owned team.
All right.
And then they said, Colin Kaepernick, sort of joined the fray. Then they were like, oh, you know what? If we, when we buy this team, we're going to start Kaepernick.
And then
NFL didn't like that.
Yeah, that came to a hold quick.
Yeah, because there was even that talks about Puff Daddy wanted to buy the Panthers, didn't he?
Yeah. And really though, like, is that what I said, or did I say somebody else?
I don't know. I kind of zoned out when you sent me your down. I kind of zoned out when you sent me your.
You said P Diddy, Puff Daddy, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So, but still, he. I don't know. The NBA, we know we got Jordan. We know we got Jay-Z.
Yeah.
We have people in that league who, are running things. In the MLB, we have Derek Jeter and what's her name, J-Lo. Maybe not J-Lo anymore, but Derek Jeter, I know. I think J-Lo still, is a part of that ownership group, and Mark Antony down for the Miami Marlins, who are trash. But still, Jeter's part black. They're obviously Latino, with the what's her bucket? Jennifer Lopez. So, I mean, there's other leagues, where it is that people of color have been included. We'll say that. I mean, shoot, baseball, I'd say like 80% of the league is not from America.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. And then the NBA, who runs it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, all the best players, all the most popular players, I guess, are people of color. So, yeah, man. But in a league where essentially, most of your biggest stars, skill positions are people of color. They won't let us in, man. They won't let us in.
Do you feel like if there were other places for them to go, would it be successful? Because I know, I think like Ice Cube and them, they got the 3-on-3 league that they got that's pretty popular or whatever. I mean, I don't see no. Well, I can't say that per se because like I don't really watch TV, so I don't. When you don't watch TV, you don't see a lot of commercials. But I don't see too much public mainstream on that 3-on-3 league. I've heard about it through hearsay over the, I might see a couple clips on Instagram. I might hear somebody speaking about it very briefly on a radio show before I change it to my podcast. Right. So, I mean, do you feel like, because like now they got the XFL supposedly supposed to be coming in 2020. Then they got another football league that's supposed to be coming out in 2019. So do you think those are going to be profitable, or would that be something good? Because I know Vince McMahon running one of them, the XFL, that he's trying to revive and bring back again. But he's always talking about motherfuckers going to stand up, before they even started. So, and then at the same time, Vince McMahon doesn't even really play the national anthem per se. He always played America the Beautiful. So, I mean, would that be a different thing? I mean, it's weird shit, but my whole point of the thing was, like, if there were other places for people to go, do you think those places would be contenders against the NFL and the NBA and all these other major establishments?
It'll take some time. I think, like, as far as like the big three, Ice Cube's league, I know Master P also has a league too with some other people. I think it's called like the Global Mixed Gender Basketball or something.
Yeah,
like that. But
girls and guys.
It'll have to like run for a while just to show some type of profit, just to give some of these other guys an option. Because I know a lot of them, they're probably, I ain't gonna say that they're solely in it just for the money, but it's like the money, they got the exposure, that type of stuff there. But then, of course, a lot of these people are going overseas. Like, who's that? LeVar Ball's kids. Going on overseas and playing in now, something.
Yeah, they're playing like Croatia or Romania. I don't know.
And that's the thing too, man. It's just like there are people that legitimately love to play their sport. And they just want to play their fucking sport. They don't want to have to deal with all the hassle and all the other red tape. Yeah, they just want to go play their sport, Mm-hmm. And, for them to have other places to go besides the NBA and the NFL and, the MLB, I mean, I think that would be good because, I mean, if they decide to make that jump later, I would like these places to be well established enough to where they'll get recognized as to coming from those places. He was a star in the Big Three League, and now he's here in the NBA. Or the one dude not too long ago, he been playing overseas or in the D League for so damn long. He 30-something started playing with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
What's
guy.
His name? I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, but that guy, he came out and he fucking had a phenomenal ass game, and people's like, where the fuck did he come from?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's people that's out there playing in other places that are probably leaps and bounds better than any of the major players in the NBA right now. Just nobody know who the fuck they are or where the fuck they are, Yep. And I just wish they had more feeder systems and everything for, people to get their opportunity if they so desire that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I think this, though. I think that if they were to, if they were, to think that what is it, that another league could, really pop off and be good, and be popular and actually work, then a lot of big name players would have to go. Number one, number two, a lot of sponsorship, a lot of money would have to be behind it to start it and get it going. Because we saw what the XFL did, and it was sort of popular because it was like new and gimmicky. But you need to have a gang of money and a gang of good big name players who are willing to go and do that and go through the growing pains of a new league. Go through the probably getting banned from coming back to your league because you did it for a purpose type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or being Colin Kaepernick and essentially being blackballed. So it's it could work, but man, it would have to be like you'd have to put a whole lot of money behind it.
I know, and it's just like, I mean, could they potentially, like, it's more of a money thing because Vince McMahon totally did this separate of WWE. I mean, like, none of WWE's money is tied up in this XFL stuff. He is completely separate from it. As the first time it was actually WWE's money that was involved in it. But now this time it's like completely separate, no WWE ties or whatever as far as financially and everything. But like, what will he do? I mean, they just signed a lucrative $1 billion deal with Fox. So over the next 5 years, they stand to get up like $1 billion. Then they just had a record selling WrestleMania here in New Orleans not too long ago. Then they getting billions of dollars for a 10-year deal that they have with Saudi Arabia for when they do one show out there a year. So
wow,
they just came up on a couple $1 billion within the past 2-3 months.
Yeah.
So my thing is like Vince McMahon Vince McMahon has this money now. He's a little bit of a wild card as far as conventional means. Mm-hmm. I feel that if he really wanted to, that he can go to the NFL and poach people from some of these teams and bring them to the XFL. And then if he's really trying to be a contender, he need to have scouting teams to go down to colleges and offer kids fucking jobs from college, to be a real contender. Because if he can if he can try to cut the NFL off at the knees, get the talent before it get to them, or pull talent from them to bring to the XFL, I think they could be successful. Because they'd be like, damn, Colin Kaepernick is over here. Let's see what he doing over here. Damn, they just took such and such from the Buffalo Bills. Let's see what he doing over here.
Yeah.
But will that happen? I don't know. But it would be smart if it did happen.
Yeah, it would be smart if it happened. But man, I don't know, man. I guess it's the thing, man. You have all the money, and then you have to have media behind it. And thankfully, I guess WWE has their own network. So he could obviously, split it off of that or whatever. Mm-hmm. Who's gonna watch, man? You got to have eyes and butts in the seats too.
Yeah,
you got to have cities. You got to have cities willing to start this, and you'd probably have to go to some places where you've never seen an NFL team, like Salt Lake City, Utah, or freaking who is that? Or some places where they lost a team.
Like St. Louis. I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Or you had to go to a lot of these places that had and lost or have never had before. You see a team pop up in like Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Goddamn, man!
Diego.
Is you reading my mind? I am. Right now?
San Antonio would get a team. You know what I'm saying? And then you'd have one in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. It would have to be. I mean, obviously, if the WWE, or Vince McMahon did it, I'm sure he would go to some places where he has a huge following, for the WWE brand, that he could grow that business. He could grow that business with some of the people that he'd be able to cater to or to market to. But then again, you have to go in cities that are big enough to sustain. Number one, number two, and most importantly, it's scheduling. Are you gonna put your stuff up the same time NFL is up? Because you can get no eyes.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go off the off time frame, which is sort of what the XFL did back in the day, and have the season be after or before the actual NFL season.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff mixed in.
If football wasn't if it wasn't that fucking physical or everything, like that freaking hard on the body, I would be a player that would do both. It's like, all right, I play the NFL season and then transition over into the XFL season. I just keep alternating or whatever. But I mean, that's a lot of wear and tear to be putting on your body. Because I mean, NBA players do it because that's something different. Because they'll play the whole season, then they'll go either do a summer league or they'll go play in a D League overseas or something like that, just to keep in practice. I can see, if I was a player, I would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think it could work, but it would have to be a lot to go into it. And then how long will it sustain? That is the question. Yeah. XFL, how long did that last? 2 years? Seasons?
I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, see, you gotta... it's got to last longer. You got to have players that are willing to be in there for longer, and you got to pay them players. You got to pay them suckers because they're dropping down from a potential, $80, $90 million contract with, more of that guaranteed than not, or a chunk of it guaranteed. You got to be able to have all that money backing. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting topic to think of, outside of being just in the league. You got to see that. But then again, players may feel, that they are more justified going there and, if they can kneel or if it's, just a whole different option, and not get fined like they would be in the NFL. So, man, I don't know. I just think it's silly that, Kaepernick still doesn't have a job, still doesn't have any prospects, it seems like. Even though there's some people who are saying, we want to look at him, we want to offer him a job, but they're too scared to take the hit for it, and then Johnny Manziel, got workouts with NFL teams, even though he's playing in like some Canadian league, I think, or he's playing like for some like just above high school league, but still, I mean, not seriously, like if I saw a video recently of Johnny Manziel. I think he had like 2 like crazy rushing touchdowns or something like that in this game. And when I popped up the video, I swear it looked like the stadium I played at in high school. Yeah. And it had just as many fans. It looked, I mean, he's Johnny Manziel, effectively in that league is like, the ringer on the basketball court at the gym. That old man who can always shoot the three, who could still take you off the dribble, who could still somehow muster a dunk. Like that's what Johnny Manziel is, and he's out there playing fools. So, I don't know. But thankfully Cap hasn't stooped so low to that level. But then again, I guess, getting paid for playing is really what it's about. So, whatever, man. I think it's foolish. But then, of course, we have our president who likes to chime in. He says sports fans should never condone players that do not stand proud for their national anthem in their country or their country. NFL should change the policy. And then of course, he agreed with the policy after and said that I think players should get released or whatever. I don't know, man. It's ridiculousness, man. It's ridiculousness.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been like prime time if the league, the XFL or the other league could get off the ground right now. Because if they gonna be, sticking to what they're saying, motherfucker get fired if he don't stand. This would be prime opportunity to get those big names, like how you were saying, in those other leagues. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, you don't have to worry about none of that shit over here. Just come over here and play. Play the thing that you love the most. Come make some money to provide for your family. Come to the dark side.
Yep.
That's right.
It's sad but true. And, there's people who would go to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? There's people who would stay on the light side, but there are some people who would go to the dark side. And I don't know, man. Some of those ex-NFLers that became XFLers, some of them made it back to the league because they weren't getting paid or because the XFL died. Some of them just rode off into that, that sweet good night, that sunset, never came back again. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Okay, so I don't have a good transition for this, but I know we wanted to sort of talk about this a little bit, if we can. Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Let's try to hit this fast.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. I don't know how long we've been on here, but I know it's been a minute. But yeah, Deadpool 2 or whatever else, and then definitely want to try to hit that EVD.
Yeah. Let's do that first.
Evie, actually, she just messaged me or messaged us.
Oh, did she?
And said she didn't want it on the mic check. I guess she's a little. I don't know. She's like a little scared, little hesitant to put it out there at this moment. But
probably just getting feedback.
She just wanted us to check it out.
Oh, okay.
Just
all right,
to give
that's
her
cool. Well, we won't do that.
Yeah.
Respect, EVD, respect.
Okay.
Well, y'all go check out EVD, right? Y'all go do that. Check out EVD on Instagram. It is Jamie _Millis, JAMEE _MILLIS. And we won't play it just yet, but when you give us the go ahead, we will. So yeah, we don't have to talk about that. So yeah, let's talk about Deadpool 2.
Also, she needs to get a Twitter up or whatever. So I mean, if you can follow her on Twitter as well, it's EVD3. So that's EVYDEE, the number 3.
Dope.
Yes, good. So all good. Yeah. So anyway, so Deadpool 2. So I finally saw it. I know Jay saw it like the first day. Yep. B.Rob, sounds like you saw it that first weekend too.
Yes, I did.
So man, overall impressions, fellas.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Compared to the first one.
As the first. Yeah, I think it was just as good. I mean, different story, same Deadpool, different story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think they did a little more because, like, when they did the first movie, the fourth wall breaking and stuff where you look at the camera and say things. I think they did it more in the second one, and I don't think it was really necessary. But even though it was done, it was still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, like, this movie had a whole fucking bunch of surprises in it because, I mean, it's a totally different movie from what you see in the previews.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because like you like from seeing the previews, you're like, oh man, I know what I'm getting into. And then when you actually
is gonna be here.
Yeah, and then when you actually sit down and watch the goddamn movie, it's like, oh, this is nothing like that. Nothing like that at all.
We saw Terry Crews as a name on there. Everybody's like, yes, I can't wait to see Terry Crews.
Spoilers.
Okay. And Terry Crews dies like 3 minutes after we meet him.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, practically all of them died except for Domino.
All of them died except for Domino.
Except for Domino. Yeah.
Peter could have lived, but
yeah. Just walk away, Peter. Just walk away.
Now, not so much for me. I mean, I love Deadpool, and it's just like I've only gotten Deadpool in doses because, like, he had a video game that came out a couple years back on the 360 that was freaking wild and crazy and outlandish. Mm-hmm. I've seen different bits of the comic books or whatever, and the movie that came out, the first movie that came out, in this movie, and just little bits and pieces of what I know of Deadpool and his personality and his character, which makes him my favorite. But how immersed are y'all into the comic books of Deadpool?
I've been there's so many like different stories and storylines of Deadpool. Yeah. It's insane. Like, I've been reading about Deadpool since the 90s.
Yeah, it came out in 91
when he started. Yeah, so when he came out, he wasn't the Deadpool that we know today. But I mean, over time, I guess he evolved to this. But yeah, I'm pretty, I guess, knowledgeable about a lot of the Deadpool universe, all the different spinoffs and whatever. But
there's been so many, man. There's been so many. Yeah, I've read through some of the different versions, and it's almost like you can't even keep up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many spinoffs, like Jay said. There's way too many, man. You have to be investing thousands and thousands of dollars into the comics
into the Deadpool comics specifically to really keep up, because I read a Deadpool versus Gambit comic for a while. I read the Deadpool and what are they called? His not his assassins. Can't remember what they call. And then then there's X-Force, and then there's just the regular Deadpool. There's so many, but
Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I got a hold of that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Man, it's a good one. But in this movie, it's so funny. In this movie, there were so many references. Yeah. So many references to his comics. So many references to X-Men, and there was even a scene. We've already said spoilers. Great. So there was even a scene where he's asking where all the rest of the X-Men were, and why he just gets like the cheap knockoff X-Men, and then you see
all the X-Men,
all the old X-Men, which is funny from like Days of Future Past, which is like a total different time frame. Close the door to exclude him.
I thought that was. I think like no shit. To me, that was like one of the best parts of the goddamn movie, man. It was just like dude that play Professor X, Beast, and Quicksilver, and I forget whoever else was in there. But they was all just standing there. He's like, they're never here. We can't never do this, and they're just like, ooh, and they just closed the door.
He closed the door. Man, I thought that was so funny. He had the Logan, like Wolverine dying on that tree thing. Like there was so much. There was so many great connections.
Yeah, like as far as what I understand from the comic book and everything, Deadpool is in love with Lady Death. So the reason why he got his immortality is because Thanos is also in love with Lady Death. So Thanos cursed Deadpool with immortality, so he couldn't be with Lady Death. So that's why Deadpool can't die. So what I feel is like what they did with this movie, they kind of tied that into it. But movies are always different from the source material. So they killed off his love interest. Spoilers, I already said this in the very beginning of the movie, and then like. It's just like how it is in the comic books. He's always trying to find a way to die so he can be with her and everything. It's kind of like, making that similarity between the comic book and the movie. She is Lady Death in the movie. So he is always trying to find a way to like sacrifice himself or die so he can be with her and everything. But it never works out, and he always winds up coming back.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And you know what, man? Speaking of that part of this movie, when he sort of goes to like, this sort of like what do you call it, limbo or whatever, purgatory, whatever they call it, in the middle between death and life, and he sees his girl who died. The first time I saw him drop into that scene, it reminded me of him going to the what do they call it from Get Out?
The sunken place.
Yeah, the sunken place. It was like the sunken place. I was like, I swear they're doing Get Out on this one. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a total different, situation, it seemed like he was falling into the sunken place each of those times. So, yeah, man, I don't know, man. There's just so much to break down. But so
the baby legs.
About the baby legs.
Man, and the whole
the man penis with the baby legs.
Yeah,
the penis
thing,
with the baby,
thing from Basic Instinct when he switches legs over, he sees the little baby penis.
I yelled out loud in the theater. I was like, no! I swear I yelled out loud in the theater. We were all laughing. That was too much, man. That was too much. What did y'all think of Zazie Beetz?
Yeah.
Playing Domino?
I thought she did good, man. She did very well. The physical stunts and stuff that she did. Great. I know a lot of people had issues with her before that because she wasn't like the traditional looking.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah. They did the reverse.
Yeah.
So like in the comic books, she was a white lady with a black spot around her eye, and in the movie, she's a black lady with a white spot around her eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think she did awesome. I didn't have a problem with her being cast in that role initially. I was interested because we already from watching her on Atlanta and talking about Atlanta in some episodes past, we already know that her I guess her credits are pretty short. You know, so I didn't see much action in there. So I was just like, how is she gonna look, you know, on screen? How is she gonna do action wise? And I mean, I think she knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, and she played a total different character, you know, and personality than she ever portrayed in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I thought it was.
Did you guys know that I missed it? But did she ride a bike in that movie? In this movie, because that's what her stunt double died doing, was riding a motorcycle. I don't know if y'all remember her stunt double had died like during production.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, I forgot about
remember that.
Yeah, so I didn't know if they just completely cut that part out the movie. I mean, apparently just in respects for the actual rider that lost her life. But
I think they did, because I don't recall. Yeah, I think they did. I don't recall seeing nothing like that.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's really sad. Said here, I didn't. Let's see, did she though?
I don't really recall. I mean, now that he bring it up, I mean, she could have, but I don't really remember. But I know later on, like toward the end or whatever, it was cool that they kind of put the X-Force suit in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he got charred. Yeah, they got.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, he got charred and burnt and everything, so it just changed the suit, and it just so looked similar to the X-Force suit.
Come here. What?
I say, I sound like I'm looking for that motorcycle scene. Juggernaut. Motherfucking Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Love how they kind of killed him off, stuck an electrical tube up his ass and shocked him. So, that was totally unexpected, too.
Yeah. It was crazy because later on when they showed that scene or whatever, they showed him like kind of bobbing up and down in the water still with the thing in his ass.
That's right. Oh, man. Yeah, what did you think about Cable?
Yeah, he did good. Thanos came in and he brung it. And it was crazy because, I mean, it's just movie shit or whatever, or coincidental. It's just like he had the robot arm on the left arm. He had the Infinity Gauntlet on the left arm.
That's true. That is true. That's true. And
he had the Soul Stone in his eye.
Soul Stone in his eye. That's right, man. Yeah. It was good. I thought Josh Brolin did a good job as both of those. I didn't know how he'd pull it off as far as like personality wise, but he's an actor. He could do that. He could diversity. Yeah. So I thought it was dope. Definitely didn't expect Brad Pitt to be.
Yeah, I seen that.
What was his name?
Vanisher.
Vanisher. There you go. Vanisher. Yeah,
because originally it was reported that Brad Pitt was originally considered for Cable. So as a kind of like a trade-off, they offered him a cameo in the movie. You know,
right.
So that's what I heard of or whatever. Because I mean, I can remember that because that dude on Instagram, Boss Logic.
Yeah.
I think he did a mock-up sketch. Yeah.
That's cool.
But what I want to know is, did they CGI the teabagging, or was that a real teabag? When Deadpool flew through the air, his face.
Yeah. I would want to say I would want to say they really took it there. I think they did.
I don't know. Josh Brolin is the type of man to take a literal teabag to the face.
Yeah, he is. I mean, nuts to the face for some money. You know. Yeah.
I mean, have you seen his interviews as of late? Like as far as for the Infinity War interviews and the like Deadpool
and stuff.
Yeah,
I've been watching some of them.
Does he seem kind of like off to you? I mean, it's like
some of them were a little bit like eyebrow raising. I was like,
Yeah, it's not like off. It's just like, yeah, I'm just here to do this shit so I can get the fuck home. You know?
Yeah. I did notice that. I noticed it more, I guess, for when he was promoting Infinity War versus the Deadpool, you know. It just seemed like when in the Deadpool interviews, it seemed like he was having some fun, just going back and forth in the interview. But then I noticed when it was the Infinity War one, and of course you got a whole bunch of people in the cast, he was just like, yeah, I'm just here.
They showed him the Thanos character in the Fortnite game. Mm-hmm. You seen that interview?
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
I got to watch it and everything, but they was talking to him about Infinity War, and they showed him the Thanos character in Fortnite. So pretty much they showed him doing all the little stupid dances and everything. He's like, that's interesting. He's like, why would Thanos dance like that?
Right.
He said, I tell you what, if they did the mocap of me, I mean, those dance moves would have been way more better than this.
Wow.
So. He had a little light humor on that or whatever, but it just hearing me say that, it was kind of like funny, but to watch him say it was just like, he was just kind of playing along with it, but at the same time he was just like,
mm-hmm.
It's just weird. It's just like anytime I see him on screen, he's this like badass, serious character.
Right.
And just to see him kind of crack a smile and be lighthearted at things or whatever, it's just kind of weird. Does not compute.
Yeah. Now, did you see Old Boy, the Spike Lee remake with him?
Yes, I did. I did.
I didn't get a chance to see it yet. How was it?
He kick ass. But knowing what is do you know what the movie Old Boy is about?
Yeah, I saw the original. I'm just not sure how the difference.
So incest?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like I haven't seen the original. I only seen like clips of the fight scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, very incesty.
Hey. All right. Well,
Nice.
Nice.
What was weird, before I've heard of Old Boy, and I believe this came out before the Spike Lee remake and maybe after the original. But there was a movie called Samaritan. It was pretty much the same thing. With Samuel L. Jackson. You ever seen that?
No, sounds familiar, but I can't be 100% sure.
Yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson, black guy, motherfucker, and instead of being a motherfucker, he was a daughter fucker. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
So he I guess he was gone for so long. Then he come back. Then he meet this girl. They spark a relationship. They have sex. Then come to find out it was his daughter later. He's like,
Wow, man.
Ew.
Crazy.
That's nasty.
That's wild. Wow. Yeah, so Deadpool.
Where the fuck Jared at?
I don't know where he went, man. Sometimes he just like...
I'm back.
There you
My bad. I've been listening to you guys and commenting for the last minute, but
You've been commenting.
as soon as you just said that, B.Rob, I realized that I was on mute. even though neither of you had responded to any of my comments, I was still just going off. But yeah, ew, that's nasty.
I thought,
I'm gonna say this.
I thought you was just back there preparing some hooks, rolls, and spices is whatever. So I mean, you're excused to go do things like that.
Kids or something.
Not currently. Yeah, I had to go and handle the issue. But yeah, I had to say this, man. I know that Jay and I have a couple of cousins that dated some girls in high school, and I think it turned out that one of them, was dating like a down the line cousin, and that relationship ended quickly after that. Did you know about our two extra tall cousins that lived around?
Yeah, I know our cousins, but I didn't know they were like dating anybody.
I think there was like one of them had dated a girl in high school. And they end up finding out that she was like, a third or fourth cousin or something like that.
Well, that's happened to my brother. He said he had met some chick like in somewhere in Texas. I don't remember where.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I don't know if they like dated for a while or whatever, but come to find out, like her parents were like related to some of our cousins or something like that, and then it turns out they were like second or third cousins. So yeah. Sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, I know that almost happened to one of my nephews or whatever. He was hollering at one of our cousins. I mean, I didn't know either. He didn't know. So, I mean, then after the fact, before anything got serious, like, that's your cousin. He's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. But then doesn't that make it awkward, like, after that, like a family reunion? Or
Oh,
like,
man.
Like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know, like you both go and reach for the same turkey leg. You know?
Touch fingers.
Touch hands on accident, and it's like sort of awkward. Like, ooh, I think you're cute, but we're cousins. Yeah. No, that's weird. You know, I did hear this story though, and I know this is getting way off a track of Deadpool, but did hear the story about this couple who got married. You know, had a kid. They both had like sort of a clouded, you know, past because you know they're both like adopted or something like that. Yeah. They didn't really know their real
they're brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and come to find out, you know, that their brother and sister, who were both, you know, given up for adoption as children, and I think they did like a DNA test or something like that, you know, or you know, it's like that it's like that test that you get, and I don't think they got the test before getting married because I think
it was after
like
the fact,
blood test or whatever. Yeah, it was after the fact, and they found out, and it ended quickly. That would just be disgusting. All right, cool. Anyway, I loved Cable. I know that's the last thing you said before I had to bounce. I just thought it was awesome. I can't remember how. I know he's supposed to be much taller and bigger than what he was portrayed in the comics. Yeah. You know, on the movie, but I thought he was great. I really loved Negasonic Teenage Warhead and them actually dropping in her. You know, Brianna Hildebrand's actual, you know, real life relations. You know how she likes the ladies. Yeah. You know, to that movie, I thought that was good. I love Juggernaut. Oh, that was really good. Man, there was just so much. The boy, I don't know, man. I don't know what I felt about him. I know he was sort of a whack comic character, and they brought him into the movie. I think he did a good job, actually.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. Yeah. It was just, I don't know. He was a Kiwi, so it made it hard for me to understand what he was saying. I don't know. I like Kiwis. No, I like Kiwis. No, I'm a big fan of people from New Zealand. I'm just saying. I didn't say anything. Okay, that was totally misconstrued. Either way, no. Well, I'm on top or in the bottom, right?
I'm asking you the same thing that I asked Jay. Do you think Josh Brolin took like a for real teabag to the face, or was it CGI?
I think it was real.
Okay.
I think it was real. You know, to get the proper response and the proper, you know, just everything in the scene, you got to do it real. Yeah. You just got to take that tea bag. You know what I'm saying? Got to do it.
Spill the tea.
Sad. Yep. Yes. Please don't spill the tea.
All over his face.
Not in that situation. But nah. Yeah, I think he did. I think he took one, you know, a stick and two nuts right to the face. Anyway, yeah. Wow. I don't know how far deep y'all got. It sounded like you guys were still talking about Cable, but yeah. Either way, I was a big fan of
credit scenes.
Oh yeah,
in credit scenes.
Best ones, man.
There's two of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
killing off Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, that because I mean, I think that's a power that he acquires later on. Correct? I mean, time travel and disappearing and everything.
Yeah, it happens. It happened later on.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. How I guess it was Negasonic Teenage Warhead. They kind of fixed Cable's time traveling device and got him some more charges. So he just starts going back in time and correcting all the wrongs that had happened, especially from Wolverine Origins. Yeah, they sold his mouth shut. Even though I did like the Wade Wilson version at the beginning of that movie versus the Deadpool version. That shooting Ryan Reynolds in the head after he approved that Green Lantern script. That was great.
That was amazing. I mean, I think that made the movie, you know, it took it over the top for me. Just that end credit sequence. Because it was like, all right, I knew. All right, so yeah, they actually tying comic book elements into it. The time travel shit. They implemented the X-Force, uniform, like I said earlier, you know, and it was just like they put small little things in there or whatever. And even going through YouTube or whatever, you know, all people got all these reviews and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's like some clocking it at 98 Easter eggs or 106 Easter eggs is the most I've ever seen in this whole movie.
I thought it was even more than that. That's what I heard.
So that was just two different things. It might have more, but
yeah. You know what? Yeah, those end credit scenes were all pretty dope. I loved how he went back and fixed everything, pretty much. And you know what? We almost got this. Check this out. We almost got Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan to return, not as their Captain America and
Torch.
Killmonger, but to return as the Human Torches, as end credit scenes, and Deadpool was going to take them out. Wouldn't that have been dope?
That would have been funny.
That would have been the best.
That would have been great.
I mean, just basically going back and righting every wrong, right?
Yeah, I mean, if Fox would have gave them the go ahead to do all that, because I mean, that would have been like just so perfect. You know, they would have got both of them, and then damn, what else could they have fixed?
I don't know, but I know the screenwriters. For Deadpool also wrote the Fantastic Four. So man, they came up a long way.
Yeah.
But yeah, see that's why they wanted to try to bring those two guys back so they could fix the wrongs, and you know they put them in the right spots. Obviously, you know after they both you know were in those terrible movies. Man, they could have fixed all kinds of stuff. You know they could have just fixed what is that, the DC universe, even though they mentioned a lot, you know, like some stuff from Batman versus Superman, like, you know, mom's also named Martha or something like that. It was so funny how they trolled the DC stuff. But yeah, I love the end credit scenes. Those were good.
Yeah. And it was just,
they were all really
good. It was just like what they call that meta. It was like, I remember one of the scenes, Deadpool was signing an autograph for somebody, and he signed his name Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he went back and killed Ryan Reynolds at the end scene, and then Ryan Reynolds as the other Deadpool character. So it's just like him shitting on himself the whole time.
Exactly. It was like a Wheaties box or something like that. It was a cereal box. Was Wolverine on the cereal box?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember.
It was huge.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and yeah, man, and you know, obviously we got a little Hugh Jackman in there, you know, with in the end credit scene. It was such a good movie, man. Overall, it was a good movie. I loved it.
Do they make a third one?
Why not?
I would think they would.
Yeah,
I would hope.
I mean, now that they have X-Force, yeah. There's so many ways that it could go.
Do they go into an X-Force movie, or do they go into another Deadpool movie featuring X-Force?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. If they do go to an X-Force movie, I don't know, man. It's gonna have to be a big. You know, it's gonna have to be.
It's gonna be hard to steal the limelight from Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool.
Yeah, it really will. But I'd be there to see it. I think it would be an awesome movie to check out. And now you have Zazie Beetz as Domino, which you know she could have a spinoff because there's backstory for Domino, and Cable has a bunch of backstory. You know that you could spin off onto. I mean, that could be a whole. I mean, essentially, they set themselves up, and you'd have Depender, the cab driver. You know, so there could be a whole. You know, extra universe that they could spin right off of this Deadpool thing, which, you know, there's so many iterations of Deadpool, you know, shoot, that could be just about anything what they do with that. But yeah, man, I think it's a possibility. If it comes out, I'll be there to see it.
Yeah, because I mean, this is these two Deadpool movies is just kind of set up to what the Marvel universe has done. You know, it's just like they sprouted all these characters within these two movies and everything, and they can easily just splinter off into other things if they really wanted to. But I don't know how this ongoing Disney merger buying deal is supposedly going. But I mean, while they have it, they should probably try to make the most of it.
Yeah, I think they should too, man. I think they should squeeze the most out of it as they can. You know. Most out of it can and make that money while you can. So they're making money regardless. So, all right. Well,
So before real quick, this is like the deal is not done yet with Disney and Fox, correct?
It's not.
It's still just in negotiation. I'm asking.
I thought it was done. I'm pretty sure it's done.
I thought it was too, but could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure because I've just been hearing a lot of different things. I have not really dived in and did research, but I heard that it's still ongoing and not really done yet.
Yeah, I think what happened is they purchased. Let's see here. They purchased only portions of Fox. They didn't purchase Fox News.
Yeah.
You know, thank goodness for Disney. You know, they purchased portions or different, you know, properties of Fox. They didn't purchase it all. You know, so I think one of them is the music thing. I think the movies. You know, there's certain things that they did and they didn't. I don't think they purchased the NFL, you know, the sports thing, because that would probably be more of a monopoly with Disney owning ESPN. But still, I think they gave away a couple of things or just decided not to buy a couple of things, you know, but they just bought the few things that really mattered to them, the money-making ones like the movies and all the properties and assets. So I think that part is done. When it actually goes over, you know, fully transfers hands, I don't know. Hopefully, you know, it's soon so they could, you know, revive and remake some good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think that deal is done.
Yeah.
So.
Well, according to this, it's just like it's still ongoing. It's
okay.
Because the Comcast is in the mix right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
Don't buy Comcast. That's trash.
Yeah. Now Comcast is trying to get Fox as well, so there's just some other stuff going back and forth and everything. Because what I heard, I mean, this is not Fox. Yeah, this is not fact. I mean, it could be fact, but I'm just saying this is what I've heard. You know, that the big reason that Disney wanted to get all the Fox stuff is because they have distributing with Sky, which is a big overseas distributor and everything. And the main reason they wanted it is because of that. And I've heard that somebody else has either snatched that up or is trying to snatch that up. So if that get taken out of the equation, people are saying that Disney may back off of the purchasing of the overall stuff. That's just what I heard. So I don't know if that's fact or not.
Yeah.
So
I really hope they don't back off. But then again, you know, it's a free market. So until the deal is signed on the dotted line, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can offer up. It looks like Comcast is trying to outbid Disney. So when does it actually go into effect? I don't know. Or when is it? I guess I'm sure this is one of those things that has to be approved, you know, by like the federal government type of thing, because there's so many, you know, $1 billion involved in it, and
52 billion.
So many things that exactly that crosses over, you know, into, you know, legal ramifications, you know, with the monopoly tie-in with, you know, all this other stuff. So so it'd be interesting, you know, to see if there's a couple of people trying to get at it, you know, trying to get, you know, that money from Fox, or trying to give Fox their money. I'm sorry. You know what happens in the end, but I would hope that Disney would not back down, especially because Comcast is so trash on the internet side and customer service side, and what is it, the TV provider side, that, you know, you would just be, you know, just basically throwing your brand away, if you will.
But that's pretty much what they're doing, though. It's just like acquiring all this shit just to make their stuff better, you know, because that's kind of like what AT&T, was that AT&T? They bought, no, that was Sprint. That
SBC?
No, Sprint bought up Nextel, so they can probably so they can up their stuff. Right. And like right now, T-Mobile and Sprint are merging to form a whole nother company.
I hope they fix their phone service, because I'd be like having bad phone service on my front porch. I mean, like, for real, dog. I got Wi-Fi and everything.
Yeah. See, but that's the thing. Sprint and T-Mobile, that's a freaking partnership. It's not it's not a takeover. Like, one isn't buying the other out. They're merging together to form a different company to provide better service. So I mean,
Yeah.
they double teaming Verizon and AT&T, which AT&T bought DirecTV to give them, you know, another lane of revenue and everything. And then it's just crazy because like all these other other competition is like, well, shit, my stuff ain't good, so let me buy up something else that is good to roll into my shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Because you can go.
It's crazy.
Because right now you can go buy phone service with AT&T and get DirecTV for free, or get DirecTV for free, and get AT&T service.
Yeah.
So they just like
That's true.
they just people is trying to bundle up as much shit as they can to make their service better. You know.
Who is that? Netflix and Verizon.
Yeah,
Isn't Netflix free for Verizon customers now too?
I wish. I think they got something going on because I know, like, if you buy at a time, it was like if you bought a new phone, I think you get Netflix free for a year. But I know with T-Mobile, you get Netflix for free.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's the one. All right, it's T-Mobile. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I wish Sprint had a deal. Actually, I don't care about Sprint having a deal about that.
Got a service.
I just need to have good service. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I need some service, G.
I'm okay with mine so far. It's weird. Remember we were living in an apartment, Jared? I had Sprint. Couldn't get any kind of service in that apartment. Moved right across the street. I got all the service in the world. Good service.
Man, it's crazy, man. I have some good service depending on where I am here, but yeah, some places it's just spinning and spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
Some days, I'm on one bar and I have full Wi-Fi, so I should be able to access the internet.
Yeah.
And it takes forever.
Sprint.
But hey, Sprint's cheap. So Sprint's cheap, and I get a discount, through my job for having Sprint. So I guess, it is what it is. Whatever. All right, cool. Well, all this has led up to all this hatred, if you will, for, certain phone companies and services has led us to the loveliest time of the show. See what I did there?
Yeah.
It's time. Time for Jay to cue the music. Before we go there.
Before we start proper, do you want to address the elephant in the room? The Love Box swing set thing.
We can talk about that in this segment. I think it's the proper time.
All right.
During this segment, so we will start the segment off where we ask you to tap your love box as we talk about this foolishness. The first thing up, man. Wow. So
tap your love box
if
you're going to buy you a love box to actually tap the love box in.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. Love box sex furniture. Yeah. If you would buy some love box sex furniture, and if you think we need to be sponsored because we've been using that moniker, tap your love box. That hashtag. Then tap your love box, and everybody reach out to lovebox_sex furniture on IG and link us and say, hey man, get these people a sponsorship. What y'all think about that? It looks like a jungle gym / the thing that the running backs run through with the football so they don't get it knocked out. With pads.
The fucking tackling pads.
Yeah, right.
Yes, indeed.
I believe it would be fun, but damn, you got to have some kind of, I guess, balance, stamina, or whatever the fuck. Because like you get a girl way up there on the top of them pads and everything, you get to damn doing your thing, she get the jelly legs and fall through, hitting all the pads all the way down.
The thing is sort of silly though too, because like in one video or in one picture, I see a lady with her head on one pad and her foot up on the other pad, just balancing herself. So I'm like, she just laying down? Like, for real? Is that it? Isn't that what a bed is for?
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's. I wonder. I wonder what the guy or girl's profession was that came up with this. Were they like a gynecologist? You know what I'm saying?
They gotta be.
What
is it?
I know if you go there now, the very first video that's on the feed or whatever with the girl on it, and they doing like all the little meme clips and everything. She's an actual porn star. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it might be somebody in the porn industry or whatever think this would be a cool thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because it kind of is. I mean, it's just something fun.
It sort of is.
I mean, it almost looked like the black one with the red pads. As I'm looking at it right now, it looked like a motherfucking wrestling ring to me. So I love wrestling. I've been there trying to do moonsaults and hurricanranas and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it said that Drake bought one.
Yeah.
$10,000 customized love box.
Yeah, I see.
There you go.
I mean, that sounds like something Drake would do.
Yeah, champagne popping.
Yeah.
Popping champagne.
But I mean,
yeah.
If I had the means to, I would probably get one. It's not even so much the means to get one, I guess, if I had the space or a place to put it.
The space.
Because I mean, where the fuck would you put this thing? You had to have a special room for this special thing.
If y'all hadn't seen what's the name of that?
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The red room.
Like you had to have your love box room. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your red room with the love box. You know, all up in there. So I think that's what that will boil down to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
B.Rob, you got that new house. You just need to go ahead and change that media room to the love box room.
Oh man, nah. I mean, maybe in a couple of years when all these kids is out of here, that might be something different.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I can't do that in here. I mean, shit, I can barely damn make my bedroom the love box room. God damn it.
Right.
Everybody want to dance. We both work and she working.
Kids swinging all over your stuff.
I know she work at night, I work in the day, and damn, we kind of pass each other, high five, and she going to work and I'm coming in, or I'm going out and she coming in. It's just,
man, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I know what you mean.
Tap your love box if you you're married and sexually frustrated.
Man, many times can I tap?
Hopefully your spouse isn't listening to this. I know mine's not, so I can say that.
Dang. Been there, done that before. Yeah, man. Tap your love box if you have thought of more than 8 positions that you could use on the love box.
I'm looking at a whole little chart on their page.
Yeah.
And they got like 20-some, 30-some positions. Like, geez. Add on to that. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Tap your love box if you found more than 30 positions you could use with the love box.
Yes.
All right. Tap your
Anyway.
love box if you took care of the bartender and it led to you being totally intoxicating and bringing home a Garuga monster.
Oh, damn. Man.
Booger Wolf.
Booger Wolf.
I've been there.
Hershey Squirts.
I don't know about that one. But,
Hey.
What you talking about?
Talking about the
Anyway.
dude.
The dude. Wow.
Tap your love box in that same vein if you took home a club professional. What I mean is, I took home a Garuga monster, a Booger Wolf, as you put it or whatever, and she popped trunk out of one of her friend's car and already had an overnight bag.
Dang.
What?
That's professional.
She was looking for you and only you, B.Rob.
Only you, I do me. That's 112 and Biggie, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. What happened to 112, man? I'll have to visit that one day. Whatever happened to 112? Yeah, wow.
She ran an underground crime ring, stealing stuff from Spencer Gifts. Tap your little box.
I'm tapping it. Do you hear it?
Wow. Tap your love box if you were a criminal and you could identify other criminals on site.
On site.
Tap your love box if you went to Suncoast and basically took half of the inventory over the course of a couple
years.
Tap your love.
And they never knew because their security system was off.
Yeah, and tap your love box if you went to Suncoast Video and you built up a rapport and a friendship with the staff and was stealing blindly in front of their face and them not even knowing.
Wow.
Tap your love box when they invented DVDs. You thought it was the best invention ever because 2-3 DVDs is the length and width of one VHS tape.
Damn. Tap your love box if you still got a VCR.
Tap your love box if I need a VCR because I got some VCR tapes still here that I'm trying to convert to digital.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I just brought my brother, he had a TV VCR combo still in his closet at his house. I just brought it back to him yesterday.
Dang.
Wow.
Tap your love box if you didn't know 112 dropped a CD in 2017.
What?
What? Wow. That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Q, Mike, Slim, and Deron. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Had 15 songs on it.
Is Slim still Slim? That's the question.
He's like medium. He's not slim anymore. I would say fitted. Fitted.
Yes.
Fit.
He's fitted.
Tap your love box if you was in a famous R&B group and went on to do a solo project that flopped. Slim.
Tap your love box if you were Color Me Bad.
Damn.
Speaking.
Yeah. Tap your love box if you didn't know Victor Oladipo had an R&B album out in 2017.
Oh no.
And it's actually good. I have it. 7 songs. He got a song called Rope-a-Dope with 2 Chainz as well. It's good. Look it up. It's called Song.
Tap your love box. Tap your love box if you're. Wait, what's it called?
It's called Songs for You by Victor Oladipo.
Oh no.
It's good. It's good. Look it up. You got a video out too.
I'll have to check it out. Tap your love box if you have downloaded all of Bad Baby's album from Spotify.
No, tap.
And you about to go to that tour date.
No, tap the trigger on your revolver if you fucking to your head if you bought any of that shit.
Yeah. Tap your love box if you're a 30-year-old man still living at home with your parents.
Hey. Tap your love box is going to take you 6 months to get out your parents' house. You got evicted by the judge. I mean, come on, dog. 6 months? For real?
All right. Controversial. Tap your love box if you think This Is America didn't have a video to go with it. It would be no better than any other mumble rap that's out now.
That's true. That is true.
Yes, I think that's true. I think the visuals made that. Tapped. Tap your love box if you'd rather be on top than in bottom.
Like how you say the in bottom and not on the bottom.
Yeah.
Tap your love box if you'd rather be in bottoms than on top.
Yeah. Reverse it. Reverse.
Tap your love box if you'd rather be in top and on bottom.
Tap your love box if you're still confused by this question.
Tap
I'm
your
gonna call
love.
the manager.
Yeah. Tap your love box if I don't know. I lost it.
Tap your love box if you can juggle the Rubik's Cube and solve them like this Asian dude that B.Rob told us about.
Yeah, dude was juggling 3 Rubik's Cubes and solving them at the same time. He did it in under 5 minutes.
Wow.
And it wasn't in America, so I can't say This Is America.
This is not American. He's 12 years old. 12 years old.
There you go.
Insane.
I need to teach my kids how to juggle.
And you know what I noticed about those things? I mean, here we go with stereotypes. That like Asian and, like Asian, Japanese, and, those type of parents are like very hard, very strict on their kids and everything. And I noticed like when you see those videos, like this Asian or Korean kid, whatever descent he is, he's juggling these Rubik's Cubes. He's doing it so proficiently. He's solving them, and they keep showing pictures. Like the camera keep panning over to his father, and his father is just sitting there straight face, just like, if you fuck up, I'm gonna whip the shit out of you when you get home.
Not even proud, right?
Not even proud or whatever. And then even yesterday, when I was waiting 2 hours to get my windows tinted, I was watching motherfucking the X Games, and there was a 13-year-old Chinese girl in the X Games doing the big air event, and she won first place, and she did this crazy fucking 1640 twist flippy thing, landed it perfectly or whatever, and it was the same thing. They showed her parents in the crowd, straight face, like, you better not fuck this shit up, or I'm gonna fuck you up when you get home. And I was like, ooh.
Wow. Yeah. Well, some of these countries, these kids got to go to school 6 days a week.
Yeah.
6 days a week, and they're constantly pushing them
the whole year.
And, some of these, yeah, exactly right. And some of these countries, your family heritage is basically what your job is going to be. Like Yao Ming, both his parents were, basketball players or athletes. You know what I'm saying? I think his mom was volleyball or something like that. Dad was basketball player. They're both really tall. Mm-hmm. So, hey, son, guess what? You ain't got no choice in life. You're going to be a basketball player. I mean, he was great for what it was, but still, So if your parents are scientists, if they're doctors, whatever they are, that's what your life is going to be. Yeah. We're going to have to teach you how to turn a microwave from a pocket watch, in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then they'll be out of the house before they're even 20. So.
Yeah. This is true. They'll come to America, go to like Harvard and ace it. You know what I'm saying?
In 2 weeks.
yeah, exactly right. Be like freaking a bunch of Doogie Housers,
Right.
Wow. Yeah, tap your love box if you think Drake's immediate clapback to Pusha T and Kanye, is the rekindling of a great beef.
It was a good one. I gotta admit, it was a good one.
Drake is petty. He's a petty motherfucker, man.
I mean, it's because he's Canadian, man,
and he light skinned.
Yeah.
I think his light skin takes over his Canadian thing, because Canadians are known for their niceness and politeness, and Drake is not that.
Yeah.
I think that's the Memphis in him. That's the Memphis in him. I think his daddy from Memphis, ain't it?
I think you're right.
That's the Memphis in him. The light skinned Memphisness.
That's why he made that song "Nice for What?" Because really, he was trying to say, Canada, why are we being nice? We're being nice for what?
Hell yeah.
There you go.
They got to the playoffs, kind of.
Oh, it said, "Dear Pusha T, do not reply to Drake. He will end your career prematurely. His diss track to you will be the next summer jam. We will party to your demise. Sincerely, management." From OVO Sound. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta hear that Pusha T clap back.
Yeah, he just pretty much, he's like, you were hustling third hand. He's like, you knew somebody who knew somebody that was hustling, so you decided to talk about it. Ugh. I was like, nasty.
Nice.
You know who Drake remind me of when he do his disses or whatever? He reminds me of Eminem, like in 8 Mile. Like how he found out dude went to that private school or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna commit this to memory and bring it up later.
Man, I'm telling you, man, he remembered it all. He remembered all of it. Then he decided to send an invoice for $100,000.
Sad.
It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Wow. Well, Kanye's been needing it for a while after he said slavery was a choice, and then he came out with Swoop Diddy Poop. Man, tap your love box if you could make a more fire album or a more fire song than Swoop Diddy Poop, Poop Diddy Scoop, Pooper Scoop, whatever Kanye.
Is that a real thing? Are you just fucking with me right now?
You never heard that song?
No.
Dog. Okay, Jay.
What's the name of it?
Go ahead and turn down the music right now. And here, I'm going to play it.
Okay. All right, yeah. This is...
Let's see here.
First time ever interrupting tapping the love box.
Let me just pull this up. Yeah, we had to drop this on here since you never heard it. Swoop Diddy Poop. Where is it at? Okay, YouTube. Swoop. What? It's called Free Yourself, right?
Something like that.
I'm sitting over here.
All you gotta do is type in "scoopity poop" on YouTube.
Yeah, lift yourself. Here we go. Wait. Ads. Thank you. Not having YouTube red, I guess, sort of sucks, but whatever.
Okay.
I'm not buying it. Here we go. These are 2-minute songs, so we'll play it all.
The hang-ups we have today that we need to try for.
Okay, it's okay so far.
Yeah, it's a dope start.
Let's get it on. Lift yourself on your feet. Let's get it
The first minute is good.
Lift yourself on your feet.
I almost want to lift myself up on my feet.
Lift yourself
I mean, really though, he put this out right after he talks about slavery being a choice. So lift yourself, right?
Damn, is it gonna drop yet?
It's not loop. It's not looping. That's the song. Hold on, it's not over yet though. Here we go.
The hang-ups we have today that we need to fight for.
Put in that little Drake sound right there.
What is this?
Here it comes.
I'm still waiting.
Wait for it.
What they don't really realize though, this next verse though, these bars, watch this. Whoopie dee scoop, scoop dee dee whoop, whoop dee scoop dee poop, poop dee scoop dee whoop, whoopie dee scoop whoop poop,
The fuck?
poop dee dee whoop scoop.
Stop.
Poop.
Just stop it. Just stop it. I'm done. Just you can cut it off. Please, no more. Tap your love box and you don't want to hear this shit no more. Just no.
That's your boy Kanye. All right.
That is
Cue back
that's
up
some
the
real
music.
shit. You this is not like a YouTube parody or just like somebody
was-
doing a comedy sketch or something like that.
Legitimately Kanye on his own, YouTube channel has 8.4 million views up to this date.
Okay, I'm in Apple Music. I'm typing this shit in. Okay.
Put in Lift Yourself.
Okay, I'm looking at. Oh no. Hold on, man.
It's for real. Not for
Oh, and they got it like. I like how you do that at least to where it looks like. Oh, no, no. Fast forward. Oh my God, this shit is real.
So you could buy a song that talks about swoopity poop de boop boop.
Oh
Spoopity poop
man. Oh
For a couple
no.
bucks.
No.
I mean, I'm gonna need 27 Savage to come out with a song right now.
Dog. Hey.
Clap back.
That's the beat. Keep it going.
Oh, sorry.
Scoopity poop. Poopity spoop.
Scoopity poop boop boop boop. Dun, 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 dun.
But seriously,
Scoopity
man.
poop.
Seriously though.
Yeah.
Man, tap your love box if like you want to get your wife and kids together. Hit up Sir John Lee for some beats and damn get somebody to produce you some legit shit that's way fucking better than that and Bad Baby and Trippy whatever and Triple X Tentacles and all them other dumb motherfuckers.
669 and all the rest of these fools. Yep.
As in the words of Plastic Jesus on Instagram, stop making stupid people famous.
Man. These days it's hard though. You know?
Does that
People,
mean
they
we're all
just-
just stupid?
Oh, I
I think the situation is we just need to go ahead and do something outlandish and put on Instagram and get viral real quick so we get our 15 minutes.
I do damn near every day. I go to Walmart for no fucking reason.
I know you do Walmart.
And there ain't nobody
Walmart need to go
shit.
ahead and pick you up. Like for real, Walmart needs to just go ahead and pick you up.
For real, right?
You know, like at this point, you've done more promoting for Walmart than I've ever seen.
Does Walmart even have a spokesperson? Like,
No.
Yeah, I mean, they need to go ahead and get you, man.
Why isn't that B-Rob?
Either me or that young girl, Kayla, or whatever. Either me or her. I wouldn't even be mad if they picked her because she's a girl and everything.
I'm picking you, B-Rob. I like you a lot better than her. I don't know her. I've never talked to her. But
I sent her some messages, tried to get on the show, but never heard back.
yeah, I know you tried to reach out. She's probably, she probably didn't want to have to compete with another Walmart fan.
Yeah, and then I think
that's a bigger fan than her. So.
And then I think she's a teenager, and it's probably kind of creepy coming from a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a little creepy too. Okay, so sadly, tap your love box. Oh wait, what am I saying? No, tap your love box if you can't believe that
it's not butter.
They're taking. Tap your love box if you can't believe that Morgan Freeman is now caught up in this sex scandal stuff.
Well, supposedly years back, he was supposedly having sex with his step granddaughter or some shit.
That's true. I remember that.
Oh, that's why. Oh no.
Tap your love box if you know somebody involved in incest. I mean, but technically, like that's kind of like the Brady Bunch thing or whatever. Dude got married, now they got all these step siblings, and two of them wind up falling for each other. I mean, they're not blood related; they're just related by law. So that's just fucking weird, regardless. But still, to have a step granddaughter that you're supposedly having a relationship with, that's just like totally out of bounds. I mean, and it's even different in the instance that you brought up earlier, to where you had the two foster kids that wound up being brother and sister. That's something completely different. I mean, they had no wherewithal, they didn't know whatsoever. But to have a motherfucker to know that this is your granddaughter, step though.
Yeah,
and
that's funky. Dang. All right, well, Morgan Freeman, you're canceled now, G.
Yeah.
Finding that out, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That you're canceled now.
And also, tap your love box if you ever wondered what Morgan Freeman's sex session would be like. Does he narrate the whole thing? Does he narrate it?
No.
Morgan Freeman on the love box.
You're like, I'm gonna
using his love box.
You're gonna be like, I'm gonna slap that ass. Yeah, ride this dick, baby. Come on. Andy Dufresne is swimming through a river of shit.
Why? Tap your love box if you never want to hear anybody ever mention Morgan Freeman's sex session or any of the words that he would say.
Oh shit, man! Just imagine anybody, in that situation, somebody with that dominant voice or whatever. What's your boy, Darth Vader, original OG,
James Earl
Mufasa, James Earl Jones. Can you imagine him tapping some ass? Whatever, that voice.
Oh man, come on.
What about Barry White? Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Oh no. Well, I guess we got a little bit of Chef. You know what I'm saying? From what do you call that?
South Park.
From South
Park.
Suck on my chocolate salted balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them.
Yes, indeed. So I think we sort of got some of that Chef stuff with the chocolate salted balls, because I'm sure he sang that song. Like, that song wouldn't have come from anywhere else because he actually made it up.
He sung that
in a session. So, yes, indeed. So, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Tap your love box if you love Zazie Beetz in Deadpool 2.
I did.
Yeah. Tap your love box if you've been a guest on the hashtag Blackout podcast and you made it the longest running hashtag Blackout podcast show ever.
You were also on the longest Tap Your Love Box session, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Which subconsciously and kind of purposely, I'm kind of drawing it out right now to kind of beat my record. Tap your love box. Beat that.
Oh man, hilarious. All right, let's see here.
Tap your love box if you want to see a video directed by Deja Gordon, director of Finn the Human, for Sir John Lee to do digital pyramids.
That would be dope. Yeah,
she never heard the song, and I
you're-
pitched it to her. I pitched.
Yeah, you're championing that video, man. I think it'll be a good video. I think it would be good. Tap your love box if you want, Deja to do a video with 27 Savage.
Yes.
What?
In Thanos' plan.
Wow.
That shit was
That's
funny as
what I
hell,
wanna
man. I got to listen to it. That shit was funny as fuck.
27 Savage, he be dropping them hits, man, and his team of audio and video engineers, the people who actually make him look good. Say what?
I say you got a team.
He got a whole team, man. A whole team here. He started at the bottom, now he here. His team. That's what makes it happen. They're the ones who make him look good. He just performing stuff. He just come up with the lyrics. His team. Just like Wings with an E. Score. They're the ones who make the artist look good.
Yeah.
And his team is where it's at, man. So we gonna need to hear some swoop diddy poop 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 from 27 Savage. That's probably gonna be either gonna be on the 27 Savage Like Head of Cabbage, or maybe even on 27 the ABCs of Savage or whatever he called it. So
tap your love box if you think Kanye is a quasi genius. Because let's just think about it. Kanye had one of the top selling shoes on the market because Kanye's name was attached to it.
Yeah.
Kanye know that if he puts his name on anything, that people are going to run to it because it's fucking Kanye. It's like Jordan and them goddamn fucking Jordans. And damn, Kanye, I believe, knows that if he can do some shit like this, swoopity poopity poop, and all this other fucking bullshit, that if people still buy it, still download it, still listen to it, that he's really untouchable, and that's why he act the way he act.
Yeah, sure.
Sort of true.
Because we didn't even really talk about This Is America, but like I said, I had the advantage of seeing the video the first time I heard the song, so I can visually see, kind of what's going on and everything. But just to hear that song by itself, no video ever in existence or whatever, I believe it will be popular just because of the popularity of Daniel Glover, aka Childish Gambino. But now that you have that visual to go with it, it's something completely different. Because to me, I can get your opinions real quick. To me, the first verse, I looked up the lyrics to these things. It's very simplistic. Just like any other fucking rap song that's out. But the first verse is talking about, black people in America, of course, either not having that many options in their situation. They're always surrounded by guns and drugs. And your only option to get out of that situation is either to pick up the pad or pick up the bag, which was referenced in this verse. That's either write down music, be successful at music and get up out the hood and make your money, or pick up the bag, sell drugs, make your money, and come up that way. So get your money, black man. You see what I'm saying? That's the breaking down of the first verse to me, in my opinion. The second verse talk about Instagram fame. Women that, use their, their looks and everything to become popular on Instagram. I got the strap, I got the phone. That's the tool to, create these videos, create these posts, to get this popularity, these likes. Even in that verse, I'm so sassy, I'm so pretty, just talking about, people idolize me, they praise me because I'm pretty and I have this Instagram following. Even at the end of the verse, dude is like, America, I checked my followers and you owe me, because people feel entitled because I have all this acclaim, this following, these likes and mentions and all this bullshit, that you owe me something because I'm Instagram famous. That's the breakdown of both of the verses to me. So that's just what I got from it, seeing the video and hearing the song. I wouldn't have realized that if I just heard the song. And damn, I wouldn't have got it right away if I didn't have the video to go with the song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my opinion.
I don't know, man.
On that song and those two verses. So, I mean, what y'all getting from it?
Jay?
I mean, I got kind of the same thing. It took me a few listens. Of course, watching the video, like you said, kind of start putting things together. It was a very simple song. And like I said last week, I think we talked about it last week. I thought it was just, like you kind of say, reflecting pretty much how kids are flowing these days. You know, it was very simple. You know, not really talking about anything, but with the visuals behind it, for me, it brought in a whole new thing. It's like kids ain't talking about nothing, but there's so much more that could be talked about. You know, that's of importance. So that's what I think about it. And like I said, there's like a million pieces on this video, on the song, and I don't know when the next time I'll even try to listen to it, because I think I listened to it too many times.
Yeah,
that I don't even want to. Even the radio stations playing it, it doesn't even have that same type of effect.
Yeah,
that you get when you watching the video.
Yeah, visuals.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I mean, just like you said, first glance, first time seeing this video, before I even started looking at the verse, listening to the verses, and then, you know, giving you the breakdown that I just gave you. But at first glance, first seeing this, I was just like, he making fun of all them mumbling motherfuckers right now. He's making fun of the people that's doing all this mumble rap over the beats, and he's making fun of the people that's just making up all these damn dances and everything. That was the first thing I immediately thought. My wife thought the same thing, that he's taking what they're doing and doing it even better, you know, or just showing people that, hey, you know, this is too fucking easy, or, you know, it's just so many layers to this damn shit. And what's also great about this, they did post interviews after this video came out, and they asked him what was the meaning to this video, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you. You just figure it out yourself. He said, it's up to your interpretation. I'm not saying anything about it.
Yeah, I can see that. It's pretty much how art should be.
I agree with what you guys both said.
Yes.
It's a big and short.
Yeah. And this is your love box.
Honestly,
This is your love box.
Yes.
Tapping your area. I got a strap on. I'm about to tear in you.
wow.
You take it on there, read it.
Bars.
Ooh, I'm gonna tap somebody. I'm gonna tap somebody.
See, like, we might have to have you, might have to reach out to 27 Savage so, you know, you can give him that gem that you just gave him just now.
All right, I'm down.
For the chorus.
I get some producer credits.
Yeah. There you go. May just have to provide. Anyway, all right, cool. Well,
I think that's it. We just about 3 hours.
Yeah, man. My wife is gonna kill me.
Yeah, mine is texting me as we do this, and I'm just like, I'm kind of recording right now, and I don't want to share her off. So I'm just saying, you can do this as a two-parter.
Yeah, hopefully my kids are still alive, because I know they're upstairs waiting for breakfast.
There's no noise.
I think they're fine.
Maybe going on.
Yeah.
They're probably just watching TV.
Tap your love box if you hope your kids are okay.
It's been tapped multiple times. All right, cool. Well, hey, B.Rob, man, as always and every time, we appreciate you. First of all, appreciate you, but we appreciate you being on the show. And yeah, man, we need to find a way to get back on your show.
Yes.
Now we need to reciprocate the randomness. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where you can be found?
Okay.
And pimp your show a bit, and then Jay gonna black us out of here.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at It's B.Rob. That's ITSBROB. If you want to talk professional wrestling and any other general shenanigans, that's the place you do it. I also host a podcast called the Random Ramblers with Rob podcast. You can find it on Twitter at 3R Show. You can follow me on Instagram to where I walk the hallowed halls of Walmart and do random shenanigans and whatnot, and not get sponsored by them motherfuckers, which I don't understand. You can go to randomrobcast.com and find different ways that you can help support the show. See my guest list and be awesome, like Brandon McIntyre, Glenn Abbott, and King Ajar. And if you go to Etsy.com and type in Hooks, Rubs, and Spices and use the promo code 3RSHOW on orders $6 or more, you can get 10% off them delicious Hooks, Rubs, and Spices.
Yes. Dope. Thank you very much.
See, that's a sound bite. I do it so fluently and professionally that y'all can just isolate that and just throw that out in the world. Because people been asking me to make little promos for my show, and I keep forgetting because I'm busy. And damn, I just be like, hey man, I did my outro on your show. Just cut that bitch and splice it and put it out there.
Yes, that actually is a good idea.
I actually did that. Somebody was like, hey man, we need a promo for your show so we can put it in the episode. I was like, didn't I just do your show the other day? Just cut my outro out. Use that.
Just cut it out, right?
Use that. And that's what they did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's a good one. That's good. That's good.
I like that.
All right. Well, I guess it's our time. Twitter, Instagram, #BlackoutPod, Snapchat @#BOP that we don't even use anymore, but check it out anyway. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spreaker. Find all the episodes there. This will be episode 92. Still not sure if we're going to split it into 2 parts, but you'll see in the future, next coming week. Email us topics to discuss, #blackoutpod@gmail.com. You got a question that makes you go, ask it right there. Or you could just call, leave us a voicemail, 3853-BLAKPC. That's 353-255-2572. And if you are a serious gamer, you like gaming, you like playing video games, any type of video games, go ahead and hit up bossboxes.store. Enter the code blackout10 and get yourself 10% off of a Boss Box subscription. And later on, maybe in the future, we'll have some discount codes for that Love Box contraption for everybody to be tapping and straddling and all your other sexual endeavors. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm blacking out. So I'm blacking out. Go feed my children.
I gotta go.
All right. We blacking out.
Let's throw some spices